disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. Just, I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it, man.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
You just killed a fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. Yeah, because you got nothing. You got nothing.
I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA boxing.
Well, welcome everybody to another BDA Boxing podcast. Woohoo, broadcasting to you live from the True North. It's a good friend, Mr. BDA, and I sure am glad. That's right, sure I'm glad that everybody could be on board for this one. Fellas, in this episode, we got a fantastic one for you because we got some fantastic fights coming up this Saturday. Jam-packed morning, night, maybe even noon. You never know. You never know what's going to pop up over here in the YTBC. So before we get down to the fun, let's get the business out of the way, fellas. You know the drill. If you want to donate a couple of shekels our way, you're certainly welcome to do so with the Super Chat feature. You can also donate via the Buy Me a Coffee app, link in the description below. You can also join the Patreon for free. We've been putting on some free film analysis in there for your enjoyment, for your viewing pleasure. You can also join the membership program. That way you get more bang for your buck. But the most important thing is you continue to like, you subscribe, and you spread that BDA gospel. Speaking of the gospel, shout out to everybody in the chat. Ooh, I'm talking about Bull Rider Game Fam. Shout out to Darky Dog, Impala, Quickslot, Rafa Double X, Alejandro Solis. Two Matador, Rapax Trucking Company, 10-4, Sid Boxing FU, Jaime Raiden, Official Scorecard Boxing in there, aka Steph K Analyst Corner. Check out his channel, by the way. I don't even know if I don't get the notifications anymore because I'm not browsing on the BDA channel there or on the BDA account. So you guys remind me, if Steph K, if you have a new video, post it on the Discord, man, because I want to see it. Fantastic film analysis from Steph K, by the way. So shout out to Bray as well, Eparokua, Skull Kid 254, and many more people to come, I'm sure. Fellas, thank you for joining us. And like I said, we've got a full weekend of boxing. Should I say it again? Boxing. We've got, in the morning, Inoue versus Nakatani. And on the undercard, we got Takuma Inoue, his brother, taking on Kazuto Ioka, the legendary Kazuto Ioka. One last shot before he retires. And then in the evening, of course, we have another set of fights over at the PBC/Amazon, DAZN. We have Isaac Lucero versus Ismael Flores, Oscar Duarte versus Fierro. Should be a good one. Then another one that should be an entertaining scrap, Jose Armando Resendiz versus Munguia. And then, of course, the main event, Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez, cruiserweight titleist, taking on David Bandera Roja, Mexican Monster, whatever you want to call him, Benavidez. Should be a very, and I do mean interesting matchup. Now, before we continue, shout out to who somebody donated here, I believe. Let me check it out. Shout out to Mars Deckard. Shout out to Mars Deckard for his contribution with the Super Chat. He says, We was kings, man. All right. That's, I guess that really breaks it down there, Mars. But shout out to Mars Ecker for his contribution via the super chat. Really, really, really appreciate it. Now, we got Bucho here jumping in. Bucho, can you hear me? All right. I guess he's setting up right now.
Yes.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, I hear you loud and clear. I hear you very brightly. I think you got a good setting there, so I'm not going to touch it. But
Okay.
if people on the YouTube can let us know, because the last episode I was tweaking some things there in the audio, and then when I re-listened to the podcast, everybody was off whack. I sounded louder than everybody else. So if anybody on the YouTube, if immediately you notice, wait a minute, BDA is actually louder, or maybe even more silent, or less powerful vocals than the rest of the panelists, you guys let us know right off the bat, so that I can recalibrate the audio here. We got some predictions right off the bat here. I don't know if I'm gonna try to pick off as many predictions as I can here from the chat and from the panelists and all that. But Armando Castillo, shout out to Armando from Tijuana, Mexico. Oh, shout out to Armando. He says, my picks for the weekend: Benavidez, number 1. Duarte on the undercard there. Resendiz, he's picking Resendiz to beat Munguia. And he says, fight of the night, fight of Mexican fireworks, don't blink. We shall not blink. Manos says, don't touch the settings. You guys sound good. Okay. So we got some feedback there. Bucho, should we start off with Benavidez versus Zurdo? I guess that's the biggest fight, right? Or, relatively speaking. Can I just say that I did that video about Benavidez and whether the fight's not selling, and if it's not selling well, why not? What's preventing Benavidez from becoming a star? And I'll say this, man. If anybody deserves to be a star, it's Benavidez. Because, I was talking with Frank yesterday on this. Shout out to Frank A over at his channel, Boxing with Frank Bay. And we were talking about how this is the type of guy you want in the main event. Regardless of whether he's selling or not right now, who cares? He should be selling is what I'm saying. Because how many times have we done this? Where we go to a bar, we take our friends, and it's Mayweather, right, in the main event. Or right now, might be Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney. And you go there and you're staying up late. You're spending money on drinks or on the pay-per-view. And, you're watching the undercard and it's already like 10 p.m., right? And the co-main is just starting or whatever. And you're like, fuck, it's going to be a long night. And then you start thinking, and what if the main event sucks? Because it might suck, right? And then it does end up sticking out the joint. But at least with Benavidez, we're going to be watching Fierro versus Duarte. Then we're going to be watching Resendiz versus Munguia. And they might be good fights. They might turn out to be firework type of fight. And then we're going to be saying, and we still get the main event. Maybe Benavidez dominates, right? But at least he's going to dominate coming forward and let his hands and go. So what are your thoughts on the overall card? Because let's remember that it is pay-per-view.
It's a good card. I don't know. I think everybody agrees with that. So, and the fights seem to be competitive and exciting.
Well, the main event, the card, and the undercard itself, it's good matchmaking. And I don't want to be a negative Pete here, but should this be pay-per-view?
Nah, I don't think so.
Why is this cutting off? Yeah, it's not. Munguia, Resendiz, Benavidez. Maybe if you would have done one of those mega cards. Where is the Sheik when we need him, by the way? Because he would have probably jam-packed this card with a whole bunch of names. I still say, man, the best card, two of the best Turkey El Sheik cards were Crawford versus Madrimov. That from beginning to end, those were all good fights. They could have been easily been main events by themselves. And then Bivol Beterbiev 2, where you had Ortiz versus Madrimov, Hamza Shiraz versus Adames. We were supposed to have Shakur Stevenson versus Kit Schofield. What was the other fight on that card? It was Zhile Zhang versus Caballero. That was on that one, right? Too. Come on. You cannot tell me that wasn't one of the best, if not the best card of the last 5 years. And then you look at this and you go, well, yeah, good matchmaking, but pay-per-view type of matchmaking? I don't know. I really don't know. But at least we'll have something to look forward to when it comes to the main event, because like I said, Benavidez comes to fight. In fact, I want to play you this clip here. I think this is from the preview that they do, because they just dropped a preview, which, by the way, they're getting shorter and shorter, Bucho. The preview they dropped was 16 minutes, I think. No longer going for that close to half an hour type of preview. I don't know if if they got to pay by the minute or something to the editors and the crew and all that, but yeah, it's not exactly 24/7 anymore. Check out what David Benavidez had to say here, and I don't know if somebody put the music on top of it or whatever, but check it out.
It'd be a good defensive show, but at the end of the day, you're trying to sell tickets to a fight. So people, they see that, they like that. So what fighter do you want to be?
It sounds like a Nike commercial. It sounds like a Nike commercial. If you just listen to the audio, it's like, so, are you ready? And then you see the Nike logo. But I don't know if you caught that at the beginning there. He said, putting on a good defensive display is all nice and good, but what about attacking? What did he say? Hold on.
It'd be a good defensive show, but at the end of the day, you're trying to sell tickets to a fight.
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to sell tickets here. And now this one ain't selling all that well. But it ain't necessarily because it's going to be a boring fight. And that's the other thing, though. When people go, oh, man, Mexicans, they'll root for their own Mexican fighter. Just as long as they're Mexican. We've said it before. That's not true. Tite de Vasquez, nobody really gave a crap about him. Ray Vargas, no Mexicans gave a crap about him. And Zurdo, I mean, he's not as boring as those guys, but especially since he's moved to cruiserweight, his fights have been very uneventful. And on top of that, even when he was at 168, he wasn't all that exciting to me. He would score a stoppage here or there, depending on who he was fighting. But for the most part, he was always very, very laborious type performances. Not all that exciting. So I think this, again, disproves this whole thing of, oh, Mexicans, they'll only root for the Mexican because that's how they do it. And so, if we're, we can root for our race, even though there's a difference between nationality and a race. And then you got, no, man. If a guy's boring, a guy's boring. Doesn't matter if he's from Alaska. It doesn't matter if he's Mongolian. If he's boring, most people don't want to watch him fight. So that was David Benavidez talking about. The clip goes on for another 40 seconds, but then the music's too loud. I don't know who mixed it. I think I might have mixed it, the way I'm mixing audio nowadays. So Bucho, what do you think about Benavidez versus Zurdo then? Your thoughts on the bout?
I don't know, man. I might. I wouldn't be surprised if Zurdo wins the fight.
Oh,
the guy's bigger. What's Benavidez gonna do? Like, he's gonna just overwhelm him with punches, and Zurdo's just gonna take that shit. I know he gets hit. Zurdo gets hit, but so does Benavidez when you stand up to him. Morel actually stunned the guy. People forget that shit. So if Zurdo manages to go to that body as Benavidez squares up and he can punch through that guard, let his hands go, it's going to be a fight. And I can even see Zurdo hurting the guy, hurting Benavidez.
So, but ultimately, who are you going with?
I'm going to have to go with Zurdo Ramirez, actually.
Now, is this another one of your gimmick picks where you don't really believe it, but you're saying, you know what, it's like an investment. In case he wins, I can tell people, hey.
I'm not saying I'm completely convinced, but I can. If I have to pick one, I'm going to pick Zurdo Ramirez.
Well, the story out there coming into this fight, the big talking point, other than the size, is the hand speed. That, like you mentioned, Benavidez has a faster hands. And I think that's the key here for him, is that he's going to be outworking Zurdo. And he very well may happen. He did it to another hard-hitting southpaw in David Morrell. But Morrell, Ramirez, I was never really that impressed with him at 168 or even at 175. And I remember some people picking him to beat Bivol. I'm thinking, there was a lot of talk of, well, if he does this, if he does that, and I'm always weary of those, well, if he does this and if he does, because the more ifs you add, there's a lot of ifs. So that means it's the likelihood of those ifs happening, the more you add to them, decreases the likelihood of said event occurring. And so I never really thought he had much of a chance against Bivol. This, however, is a different proposition because although Benavidez might have quicker hands, he's going to be standing there in front of Ramirez. And not for nothing, but I've praised Benavidez's high guard in the past numerous times. Too many to count, in fact. But now the big question is that guard going to stand under Ramirez's punches? because now he's fighting a heavy dude. And we all like to talk about how, well, if a guy adds a lot of, if he's cutting weight, now that he's not cutting weight anymore, Benavidez, then he'll probably be healthier, right? He'll probably be feeling better and faster and perform better. But I'm thinking, well that's not always true. And one of the examples we pointed to when this fight was announced was Chavez Jr. versus Serafa. No, not Serafa. What was the guy's name? The Polish guy who gave Adonis Stevenson. That something with a Z. Chavez for
No.
No. But for years, Chavez was fighting at hiding down at middleweight. He's Fonfara, thank you. What was I saying? Z. But yeah, for years, Chavez was hiding at middleweight, right? He was a weight bully, hiding at middleweight. Then he started fighting. Sometimes he would have like this catch weight of 164, whatever. So he finally moves up to 175, takes on Fonfara, and what happens? Fonfara slaps him around. And you would have thought, well, wait a minute, Chavez is no longer having to kill himself. He's probably going to be healthier. Nah. Now, look, Benavidez is better than Chavez Jr. by miles. Even the best version of Chavez Jr. I mean, it's not like, because Benavidez does have that ability to really push forward. Whereas Chavez, as soon as he fought a guy who had power, he would get a little scared and start, just buying time. So that's the thing. But nevertheless, the point remains, just because a guy is no longer killing himself to make weight, doesn't necessarily mean he's going to perform better. Especially the question would be, well, how are you going to react to a guy who's more comfortable at that weight and that you can spar with the headgear and the 12-ounce gloves or 16-ounce gloves, but now you're in a real fight. So I think if anybody can do it, it's Benavidez. But I've also been seeing, Bucho, a lot of people picking Benavidez as if all he has to do is show up and win. And I don't know if that's the right attitude. I don't think that's the attitude Benavidez has, but you never know. And by the way, before I forget, shout out to Virtuoso for his contribution with the super chat. Shout out to Virtuoso. He says, you're asking why Benavidez isn't a star, but you said the answer, which is pay-per-view. Also, he doesn't have that A-list resume. He's at cruiserweight still begging for a Canelo fight. He is desperate. Yeah, that's the thing, though, is let the Canelo thing go. And I've often heard people say, too, like, well, they keep asking him about it. What is he supposed to say? Well, how about he says, I'm tired of talking about him. Next question. Because I say this, man. What happens if they keep asking him about the failed drug test or the time he failed to make weight? Imagine that in every interview they talk to him, they ask him like, well, what happened there? What happened? He's probably going to tell you that's in the past. Forget about it. But with Canelo, he can't do that? He couldn't be able to do that? I wonder. Don't forget to hit the like. Hit the like. Really helps us out. We got Frank Bay jumping in. Frank Bay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for being on. Great chat. Great chat that we had yesterday. I told everybody to go check out your channel, Boxing with Frank Bay. Frank.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Yep. We're discussing the Benavidez-Ramirez fight, and it's go time. We got to get people's predictions, the panelists' predictions, and an analysis of the fight and how it's going to go.
Okay. You want me to break it down?
If you can. I don't know. The gauntlet's been thrown.
I'm gonna take a back seat on this one. I'm not a breakdown analysis guy. I just want to see an entertaining fight. I want to sit, eat my popcorn, drink my beer, talk some shit, and enjoy a good entertaining scrap. And I think this matchup brings it. You got two Mexicans. It's Cinco de Mayo. What more could you ask for? I heard you earlier. Benavidez comes to fight. I can't name another fighter that does much must-see TV. We talk about Monster Inoue, right?
Yeah.
He's must-see TV because he brings the action. He comes to kick ass. We need to bring that more. Who comes to kick ass? I don't want to see love taps. I don't want to see boxing. I want to see a guy who comes to kick your ass. When did we lose the plot on that?
Yeah, you know what? That's a good question because I've heard people say this guy whooped that guy. That guy whooped Shakur Stevenson whooped Lopez. And I'm thinking, whoop? That did he shot a beating? No. But when you beat a guy 10-2 or 11-1, that's a whooping. That's not a. This is not basketball where if you beat a guy 30-12, that's a ass whooping. No, this is actual punching. You're punching a guy. So the ass whooping is commensurate with the punching aspect of it. If you beat the guy up to a bloody pulp and you make him piss blood and all that, then yeah, that's an ass whooping. If you 10-2 the guy or 11-1, that's not an ass whooping. That's just, especially with badoinks, as Fu would like to call him. But so you're right. We want some ass kickings, and we want him right now.
You need a guy that's like, I'm gonna kick his ass. I'm coming to kick his ass. I'm actually was tuning in to the Hulk Hogan documentary with It's on Netflix. But they cut the promos, and we were talking, and a lot of these fights are the buildup. I mean, it's all buildup, right? Because if you finish in 30 seconds, she's like, pfft, right?
Well, it's happened to me before.
It's all about
unfortunately.
It's all about the buildup, right? This is what we live for. Is the fight week? It comes. We're excited. We do the breakdowns. You're gonna, go through the resumes, and then some. You mentioned before the fights. How many super fights turn out to be duds?
Exactly.
I would say 8 out of 10. I mean, De La Hoya Mayweather wasn't a banger. Pacquiao, De La Hoya was pretty one-sided. When Teofimo Shakur as a super fight was a letdown.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so it's very rare that we get the mega fights with the top level matchups, and that it actually turns out to be worth the $100 and and whatever you spend on food and drinks.
That's a good point, because I was talking about that earlier, about how you're there to watch a fight, right? And you're at maybe you at the bar or at a restaurant, and you invited friends over, or maybe you invited friends over to your house, right? You got a cookout, everyone's excited. And I remember watching, somebody posted the clip that when Baby Miller, who just won, by the way, this past Saturday, but when Baby Miller lost his hairpiece during the Shakur Stevenson Teofimo Lopez undercard, and somebody posted a clip of them, a bunch of friends, watching it at the bar, and they were like, "Whoa!" and they're reacting and all that. And I'm thinking, imagine those people are there, wondering, "Whoa!" and the night's just starting. What else is going to happen? Well, guess what? Nothing happened. Nothing of consequence happened. Nothing more entertaining happened the rest of the night. That's got to be disappointing, especially on pay-per-view. So you're absolutely correct there, Frank. Far too many times we've had these big events only to be let down. And then what's the narrative afterwards? All boxing, they can never live up to the hype. They always let their fans down. Meanwhile, with the UFC, although now I've been hearing that the UFC for the past 2 years has gotten quite boring, but one of the things I always heard about the UFC vis-a-vis boxing was that, hey, UFC, at least every fight on the card is a banger, or almost guaranteed to be a banger. And if it's not, then the next one is. Boxing doesn't do that. They insist on putting on the ass fighters, the back foot bitches, on the main event. How does that make sense? From a business standpoint, how does that make sense?
Well, but a lot of times the commentators, they say you don't appreciate it. I mean, they'll literally tell you on the podcast, "Oh, you're watching high level chess." Like, no, I'm watching paint dry. People are getting up to go outside and smoke cigarettes. It's not entertaining. I've been at casual big fight parties, like I said, Mayweather, De La Hoya, and people were they thought they were going to get a fight, and it was a glorified sparring match. And you did Mayweather Pacquiao. That was not an exciting fight.
Oh.
It was pretty boring. So when you get people together, you want to turn new people to watch boxing into fans. That's kind of your job as a boxing fan, is to show people when it's good.
Exactly, and you hope that it's good so that you have something to talk about the next day. So that's where we're at with that. But as it pertains to the fight, then Benavidez versus Zurdo, I'm very curious to see how Zurdo is going to react, because, like I said, Benavidez is. I would be very surprised. I'd be shocked, in fact, if he goes in there and starts to box from long range. He's more of a mid-range, no, actually more of a close quarters type of guy, Benavidez. So I'd be very surprised if he tries to outbox Ramirez off the back foot or something like that. He's probably going to go at Zurdo. But Zurdo can crack. He might not be getting knockouts, or especially at cruiserweight, but you see how his opponents react to those shots. He's shaking them up, shake and bake with those shots. So I'm very curious to see how Benavidez reacts to that. It's the type of fight that we'll probably get a sense of how it's going to go by about the third round. If by about the third round, Zurdo's not really letting his hands go and he's getting hit too much, and you're probably thinking, okay, that's probably how it's going to look for the rest of the night, unless Benavidez sort of starts slowing down a bit. Still a little bit. Because that's sort of what happened against Morel and against Zvozdik. He starts out very fast, setting up a pace, that type of pace that usually used to overwhelm super middleweights. And then by the 6th, 7th round, he starts picking his spots a little bit more because he cannot sustain that pace. And if that happens against Zurdo, and that's the thing. The other thing, we're talking about Zurdo's durability. That's what I'm interested in seeing too. What if Zurdo starts getting hit with those quick shots, but what if he's not shocked by the speed and he says, you know what? I've been hit by harder punchers than this here at Cruiserweight. Fucking Chris Billings-Made, Dorticos. Remember what Dorticos did to Kurdiashov, whatever his name was, at the the Cruiserweight tournament about 6-7 years ago? That guy can crack with the right hand. And, you know, he caught Zurdo with some big shots. And Zurdo stayed right in there. Didn't panic, So if he goes in there against Benavidez and says, that's all you get? Okay, you get some accurate shots, fast hands. But that's really it? Or it's on. That could be interesting.
Well, what concerns me is I seen on social media, Zurdo said they have over 200 rounds sparred together.
Mm-hmm.
And you've seen this before in boxing when guys have a lot of familiarity, they kind of fall into a pattern. So it could be kind of a high level chess match if they're that familiar with each other. I mean, you know your opponent. So what more is David gonna do that Zurdo hasn't seen and that Zurdo hasn't seen Benavidez did?
Interesting. Now, do you recall? Because I've heard about that they've sparred a lot. When were those sparring? When did they take place? Those sparring sessions?
Probably somebody in the chat can help you more. I think it seems like it was maybe 7-8 years ago.
Fellas, if you know the timeline, the time frame, the window in which those sparring sessions took place, please let us know. Because Zurdo has always, and that's to his detriment, has always tried to be too much of a Zurdochenko, as Solvers would say. But now at Cruiserweight, it's working. At 168, 175, not really wasn't the ideal style. But now that he's fighting slower guys, all of a sudden he's looking good up there. That style is working. So maybe it's also because he's picked up a couple of more pointers, a couple of more tricks up his sleeve. Maybe he's added some wrinkles to his game, and that's why he's looking good. And so if those wrinkles weren't there when he sparred Benavidez, then it could be a different look that Benavidez encounters on Sunday.
Well, I mean, don't you just real quick? Wouldn't you say Zurdo has all the advantages as far as he's been at the weight, he has the experience. David Benavidez is moving up 25 pounds. I mean, that's intriguing. That alone makes this matchup intriguing. I mean, yeah, we say Benavidez is big as shit, but we know he's skinny fat, and he doesn't actually wallop people. So Zurdo, if you're analyzing, Zurdo really has the advantages in this. He's the unified champion. He's got a guy coming up to him. He's beat the guys at cruiserweight. So Benavidez has everything to prove at this new weight, and he could run into a problem.
Okay, so you're saying that Benavidez is the one who has to prove. So are you saying that he's got more pressure coming in?
No, I mean, most people, I think, are picking Benavidez just on name alone. He's the Mexican monster, the allure. He's talking his shit. But if you look at it strictly analytically, Zurdo is the defending unified champion. He's beat good fighters in his division at cruiserweight. You got David Benavidez moving up 25 pounds. He's under the microscope. Like Zurdo's proven that where he's at.
Yeah. You know what? Now that the way you put it, yeah, it's true. Because you know what? That brings up another question. If Benavidez loses, he loses his O, and as the boogeyman, usually when you lose that boogeyman aura, that's it. Is there more pressure on Benavidez to win this one, even if it's a cruiserweight? Because I remember you were pressing Carl yesterday. You were having that discussion about. Carl was saying, well, he wants to see Benavidez put on a show, and that if he doesn't put on a show, he's not going to have him top 10 pound for pound, which is another discussion we get into later. And then you said, but wait a minute, so what happens if he wins, if he beats Zurdo, even if it's not a dominant performance or whatever, but just beats him? Shouldn't that earn him top 10 pound for pound style, or shouldn't you give him some credit for that? And I think he said no, right?
He's absolutely not. David Benavidez basically has to kill Zurdo in the ring.
Well, no, but it's an interesting point that Carl brings up. Is what is the expectation of David Benavidez? What are we expecting from him here? Because he's the boogeyman. He's the guy nobody wants to fight. And not, let's face the fact, Zurdo, a lot of people look at him, and it's true, he's hittable. Maybe he's a little bit more deceptive with the defense than I give him credit for, but for all intents and purposes, there's no reason why Benavidez shouldn't be able to tee off on him in a lot of spots during that fight.
Well, David has an uphill battle. I'm saying it because just the weight alone, and he hasn't proven to be a knockout puncher. You mentioned Zurdo's durable. He can move. He's the champion. He's a unified champion. I don't think that's being said enough.
That's a good point.
This is a tough fight.
And by the way, for anybody that is interested, no, absolutely. And for anybody that's interested in this type of things, the betting odds. You know me, I'm on the true path, so I cannot dabble in this. But I know there's a lot of people out there who are. I'm looking at the odds here. I'm looking at 4-1 odds for Benavidez is the favorite here, 4-1 favorite. I've seen other places where he's 6-1, but it seems to me as if it's probably gonna tighten up to 3-1 maybe come fight night. And 4-1, 3-1 odds, that's not bad. I remember Canelo versus Crawford, it was 2-1. Usually when you get 3-1, 2-1, 4-1, it's not that an outlandish pick. You know, I'm not saying it's 50-50, but it seems like some people are seeing something, and maybe people are saying the same thing that Frank sees, like, hey, the one with the uphill battle is David Benavidez. We got Fu jumping in here. That's the real Fu TV. Fu, are you there?
What's up?
Oh, can you
can you hear me?
Can you boost up your volume just a little bit?
Oh my God, Jack.
There you go. Yeah. You see, you got the high end production value and all that, but you gotta really show. You gotta flaunt it. You can't just fucking lower the volume.
I mean, it's a Discord. It's just it's crazy how you got to shoot the audio all the way up. It's stupid.
I don't want to hear.
That's how you get distortion.
That's true. You don't want to overmodulate. Now,
yeah, you don't want to overdo it.
I wanted to add. We're talking about Zurdo versus Benavidez taking place this Saturday via pay-per-view over at Amazon Prime and The Zone. And I'm curious. It's go time. We got to talk about the fight and how do you see it going?
I think it's going to be a really good fight. Really exciting. I picked Benavidez to win that, but it wouldn't shock me if Zurdo wins it. But I'd edge it towards Benavidez, mostly because of his hand speed and his relentlessness, right? Just the way he comes in. He's going to have to be really careful because that guy's pretty good on the back foot. And he is pretty, it's kind of deceptive how he's kind of slippery. Mm-hmm. He knows how to fight on the back foot. Like they think maybe some big tough guy that just comes at you, but he could change it up. You know, he can be a little more aggressive and he could get on the back foot. And Benavidez, sometimes he just comes straight in. Sometimes you'll see him like square up and walk straight in with like his hands down. So he's gonna have to be really careful with that guy. But I got Benavidez winning it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he could knock Zurdo out because he didn't really have a lot of power at light heavyweight at all. So I'd say it's probably 12-round decision.
12 rounds is
for Benavidez.
But that's the thing though, like, is it going to be close? Is it going to be competitive? How many rounds is Benavidez going to win?
Competitive, yeah, I think very competitive.
Do you think it's a type of competitive fight that's going to sort of deflate Benavidez or a little bit?
What do you mean deflate him?
Because right now he's still living off the Canelo didn't want to fight Mishtik and nobody wants to fight.
I don't think it'll deflate him. I think where the size difference is going to be apparent. You're going to see it right away that Zurdo's bigger than him. It's just the speed, the speed, and it's going to be really hard because I think if you watch the last fight he had versus Morel, that guy he's not as big as Zurdo, and Benavidez is catching these shots in the arms and falling over. So this is not going to be easy at all for Benavidez. So I think Zurdo's going to win a good amount of rounds in there. I'd say he's probably got like 5 of them, or maybe it might be really close. Who knows? It might be a draw. This is going to be, I think, really competitive. This is going to be probably the hardest fight of Benavidez' career. I think.
I'm showing photos here, a photo rather of them at the face-off, one of the face-offs they had, and I think Ramirez was wearing not stilts or whatever they call them, but I think he was just wearing thicker soles but his head, you can't tell that his head. That's a big ass head he's got.
Also Benavidez is like a really loose fitting jacket. Zurdo's wearing a more tight fitting jacket, and he's still substantially larger.
Yes,
you can see like he's a big guy.
Look at the size of their heads. Look at those.
Like look at him. It's a large.
It's a watermelon head.
That guy's a cruiserweight. Like Benavidez looks like small guy.
So
smaller guy for sure.
So then that begs the question right off the bat: how much credit would Benavidez get if he beats him? Forget about how he beats him. Just if he gets the
full credit for that. That's a real uphill battle for him. That's not going to be easy. I don't think so. I think he's going to eat some shots and he's going to get buckled. He's going to get wobbled in there. Because, like I said, when he fought Morel, that guy's pushing him over. So his balance is going to be, might be a little bit of a problem there if that guy starts putting it. Like just throwing the shots, just taking him on the arms is going to be taking his balance away. So his approach, he's going to have to be pretty intelligent in there. He can't just come straight in and beat this guy up. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think you might be right there. I think he's gonna have to switch it up at some point. I think he might have to dig deep at some point. Maybe you never know. I'm hoping that he has to because I want to see an entertaining even fight.
Zurdo likes to go to the body too. That's another factor in there.
Right.
Like can Benavidez be eating these shots from this cruiserweight to the body? He's kind of vulnerable to the body. You know, he does that high guard. He leaves that belly right there. He tucks him up high, and then he he bends back, and so he leaves that opening there to eat those straight shots to the body and the hooks. It's good. I think it's gonna be really interesting.
I'm looking forward to it, man. It's one of those fights. That's what we were talking about, really, because we got to move on here to other fights here, though. But real quick, I mean, we were talking about how Frank was talking about this too. That look, we've had too many fights where they put on ass level fighters, back foot bitches in the main event with the badoings, as you like to call them, and it's in pay-per-view main events too. If there's one guy that you want as a main eventer, front and center marquee, that's David Benavidez. You don't want to see. Imagine you invite people over for a cookout or whatever to watch the fights, and then you're watching the undercard. And then we're on the same coast, right? East Coast. It's 10:30. The main event is 30 minutes away, and you're already feeling a little tired, or whatever. And then the main event stinks. This one, at least, it's going to be 10:30, and you're thinking, all right, maybe, let's say the undercard fights suck, but at least Benavidez is going to bring it against Zurdo. He's not going to fucking run around the ring throwing one punch at a time.
That's action. That's guaranteed action, that fight.
Absolutely.
Both guys are going to bring it.
Absolutely. We got
Benavidez, he gets real aggressive. That fight's going to get crazy. Like the dudes are going to be, I think it's going to be nuts.
I hope, man. I hope they give him special gloves without their knowledge, by the way, that are actually made out of sandpaper or something, because I want to see blood.
Or like kickboxer?
Yeah, I want to see blood. I want to see people cut. I want to see people, I want to see late stoppages. I want to see it all.
Glass on the knuckles.
We got, don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. We got Recognize jumping here. Recognize.
Salute.
Shalom. Shalom to Recognize. Shalom. We're talking about Zurdo versus Ramirez. How do you, Zurdo versus Ramirez. Ramirez versus Benavidez. How do you see that one going? Are you picking the guy with the EZ at the end to win?
That's a good one, right? The EZ in the end.
That is right.
Which EZ will I go with? I think I'm gonna go Benavidez, man. I think Benavidez wins this fight. I think I don't think it's gonna be easy. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout or a stoppage. I think it goes the distance. Benavidez wins something like 8-4, 7-5. Competitive. Yeah.
Well,
hopefully it'll be competitive.
Yeah, hopefully
if someone gets dropped, who do you think is gonna get dropped?
Benavidez could get dropped in this fight. One thing that Ramirez does pretty good, goes to the body. And
that's what I was saying.
I could see him penetrating through Benavidez's deep, you know what I'm saying, and going through the body and catching him a couple of times. And maybe that tires him out in the later rounds. I could see that happening.
Yeah.
You know
I
what?
think if it goes to the body, hurts him. The fight might come to an end.
Yeah. I've said it before.
Big, strong guy,
I keep harping on it, but you got to punch with Benavidez. You can't just wait for him to finish and then try to counter him because he's too quick with those hands. He puts those hands up very quickly, and if he doesn't put him back up, he leans back. He's got a lot of dexterity, very agile with that upper body movement. So Zurdo has to punch with him, and that's why I kept bringing up the punching power. If he feels Benavidez's shots and he goes, they're quick, but I can take him. Maybe he starts getting into trading with the guy, and that could, because Benavidez squares himself up, and Morel dropped him, Gavril dropped him, and not for nothing, guys. But one thing that I also noticed rewatching the Killer Plant fight was Benavidez wasn't necessarily having a hard time with Plant's movement. It was because he seemed tentative to jump in there against Plant, which leads me to believe maybe he respected that power early on. And Plant's not really that big a puncher.
He was really dirty in that fight too.
Plant? Yeah.
Real dirty.
He was a dirty Plant.
I wouldn't count that knockdown in the Morel fight. I don't think that was a real knockdown. It was kind of a push down.
Hey, listen, you get touched but with a glove and you go down, that's on you.
Yeah, but it wasn't a punch. That's the problem. I don't even know why they called that a knockdown. But it's like what I told you earlier. It's just, the bigger, stronger guy. Everything he was throwing, he was pushing Benavidez over. So to fight a guy who's this much bigger, this guy's a really big guy. Before
we move on to the Nakatani Inoue fight, because I think we're just going to skip the undercard here and move on to the, or maybe we'll talk a little bit about the undercard. Just one last thing here about Benavidez. This is what he was saying. I think it's one of those previews that they did for the fight. Check out what Benavidez is saying about the safety first style as opposed to the style he brings.
It'd be a good defensive show, but at the end of the day, you're trying to sell tickets to a fight. So people, they see
very
that, they like
dramatic. Is this the new Max Payne?
So what fighter do you want to be?
I fought Morel. I wanted Canelo. He wouldn't fight me.
You to be whatever fighter it is. You want to be a fucking warrior? You be a warrior.
All right, so anyway, you get the gist of it. He's saying defensive displays, that's all nice and good, but do you want
to be a warrior.
Do you want to sell tickets or you want to just go out there and badoink all night?
I like that was good. That was a good opportunity for the Oscar clip. You know, he says, "I wanted to be a warrior."
I don't have that one.
I like that attitude. I like that attitude. But like right now, like if you had to say, what is David Benavidez' claim to fame?
His claim to fame is,
go ahead.
I don't know. What would it be?
Okay, I got you. He's known as the guy that Canelo didn't want to fight. That's it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Basically,
that's true.
Whether that's true, 100% true or not, right? It doesn't matter. Like he hasn't done anything, right? He hasn't really done anything, and the perception is that Canelo didn't want to fight him.
Yeah, we know he did. We know he didn't want to fight him, but I agree that is kind of his claim to fame. Is that he's the guy that the one guy that Canelo does.
He hasn't really done anything.
I mean, he's had some, but you know what though? I get what you're saying, recognize but I will say though he's had some good wins. Nothing that you like you said, nothing spectacular that you go whoa. But
the Lemieux fight was like one of his best showing. I felt like just the way he destroyed him. That's the way you're supposed to do it. You know, when you're an up and comer.
Yeah,
take out the old guard like that.
But it's also how he's beaten. Like I really like rewatching that Android fight. Because he just picked the dude apart.
Yeah, destroyed
he just did. Yeah.
In that fight, he took out the trash. That's what he did.
Come on, he took out the trash.
No, listen. Understand. What I'm saying is, he's shown like, you don't belong. That's what you do with a guy who doesn't belong in the ring with you. You take out the trash. To him.
We're going to have to kick out some people here if they keep bad-mouthing fighters like that and denigrating. These are the modern-day gladiators. They deserve our respect. They're risking their lives for us, people.
You're right.
Nah, I'm kidding. But I'll say this, man. Yeah, it's true, though.
You're right.
But you bring up a good point about the Benavidez. Yeah, you're right. This is one of those type of performances that could really earn him a lot of credit from the boxing world because, hey, he's moving up 20-something pounds against the guy who's got two strikes.
I think he deserves it. He deserves full credit for that because this is a substantially bigger man, This is not going to be easy work.
What I don't like about Benavidez is this, right? Let's say he goes to cruiserweight and he stays there. Is he going to fight Opataya? Because at 168, whoever's fault it was, he didn't fight Canelo, right? At 175, he didn't fight Bivol. He didn't fight Beterbiev. These are fights that I think he can win.
He wanted all of them, right? He wanted them all. The plan from what I heard actually is that fight. The Opataya is supposed to be next.
My point is this.
Yeah.
He didn't have those fights. He needs a big fight. He needs a big win. He does need one.
He does. I think he couldn't get those fights, and this is why he went up.
Well, didn't Benavidez' father say that Opataya is not ready for his son? He said he needs 3 more years, 4 more years, 5 more years. He said something crazy. So I don't think they want to fight Opataya. When you say that Opataya is not ready for your son, then
I don't know what I heard is that was the fight they're trying to set up after the Zerto fight.
I will tell Jose Benavidez, you don't worry about other fighters, whether they're ready for your son. You just make the fight happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a stupid statement to make. I don't know why these guys always downgrade their opponents like that. It's like, how's that going to make your win look good if you actually do fight him?
Mm-hmm. It's a good point.
You should say, yeah, that's what we want. He's a great fighter, and that's who I want next. There you go. Just end it right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, he's not good. He's trash. He's garbage. It's like, okay, so when you beat him, he's garbage then.
I have a lot of respect for Jose Benavidez Sr. When you could pull the kind of women he could pull, I give him credit.
That is really true. Oh, yeah. He used to be, I don't know if he's still with her, but there was a Ecuadorian woman? I think she looked like she was Ecuadorian. I think he might still be with her. I don't know.
Yeah, but she was a prostitute. So
no. Foo. Come on, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm kidding. I'm gonna be like Ryan. What's the other one?
Oh yeah, you're gonna be like Ryan Garcia and Caleb Plant.
I
Yeah,
heard what you said online.
Exactly.
No, you remember Ryan was in the gym with Benavidez' brother.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I'm not saying sorry.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, man.
Man, I saw it.
There's a time
I'm joking. Man, I'm joking.
If they would have gone to fisticuffs right there, who do you think would have won? Jose Benavidez or Ryan?
Ryan all day.
You know what though? But Jose Benavidez Jr. does look like the type of guy who scraps, and you know damn well recognize that. It's one thing to box; it's another to be a street fighter, gouging some eyes out.
But I mean, that left hook is a real deal. I think Benavidez would be like, "Blah," he would just ate it on the chin and then got knocked out. Probably. I mean, come on.
I think Ryan Garcia.
No, you know what? I watched Ryan Garcia's streams. The one thing I will say about him, he's aggressive. Like he's got into confrontations. He knows what to do. He gets up, like he smothers guys' punches. Like right away, he's ready to wrestle him and start punching. And I kind of like that approach.
Well, another thing with Benavidez is that he looks scary, right? He looks like a fucking crazy meth head.
Right.
He has that like Tony Ferguson look to him, and Ryan looks like a bitch, and that's always the mistake. Right? And that's why Ryan was like, I'm not saying sorry, because he's completely confident that if you do something, I'm gonna knock you out.
Somebody shot Jose Benavidez.
That's
he got shot. He got shot in the leg. Yeah, because you could tell he's full of himself. He wants to be a bully, and he tried to bully Ryan. He was like, yeah. You see that guy? Look at him. He looks like
Apocalypto.
He looks like Tony Ferguson's.
Son tells me he fucked around with the wrong Mexican, and that nigga shot him.
You know what? Jose Benavidez Jr., he looks like the type of guy. He looks like the type of guy that you see him on the street, like he's working at a store or something. You go up to him and you go, "Excuse me, sir, do you have this shirt in blue?" And he goes, "Chichewa kanejene." He starts speaking Nahuatl or something. He's like, "What the fuck?" That's how he looks like. He can't speak English. No, but yeah, listen, Ryan Garcia has that deceptive, crazy streak in him. And like you said, I don't know if you guys saw that, but there was this right-wing influencer, I guess that's the term nowadays, and he was interviewing these two gay guys who had a kid. And he's telling them, like, statistically, you guys, gay couples who adopt kids, they tend to molest, blah, blah. These two gay guys ended up kicking his ass. And I don't advocate for violence. I'd never advocate for violence when somebody says something mean to you. But what I'm saying is, you would expect to, like Patrice O'Neal always used to say, it's a gay guy. He's not going to beat me up because he's gay. No, he's still a guy. He's still a man. If he's got the strength and the know how to do it, he'll beat your ass whether he sucks dick or not.
Wow.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I think BDA is speaking facts. At the end of the day, that's still a man.
It takes a lot of balls to
Well, some of them do take a lot of balls. You're right. They take balls in the mouth and all that. But what I'm saying is exactly. But what I'm saying is, you gotta watch out. Like you said, don't judge a book by its cover when it comes to fighting. Yep. When it comes to fighting,
don't judge exactly. Weren't all those
Ryan
movies like 300? Weren't they all Roman wrestling?
No, Grease wrestling.
What'd you say? What?
You guys said about fighters and being on, swinging, with a flimsy wrist. But when they saw those movies like 300,
Shakur,
weren't they all like secretly, lovers or something like that?
I think that's what they say about the Spartans, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's weird. That's weird. It always comes down to gay.
I mean, listen, I don't know who brought it to that, but that's what it seems like here.
Play my game, yeah. You want to play? I'll play with you.
That's where
we'll play hard too.
Wow. All right. Listen, we gotta move on here. We got a lot of stuff to get to here, fellas. So
was that Deontay Wilder?
Put your collection. Hey, BDA, put your collection away.
Come on.
Algorithm, man.
I want a body. I want your body.
I want one. Remember that when he goes, no, you don't. He goes, yeah, I want one.
No, I want one. It's not me who wants it. It's the bronze bomber that wants it.
Hey, by the way, you were doing the stream on I'm talking Fu. You were doing a stream on the week, of Chisora versus Wilder, and you caught this screenshot here of Wilder during the fight during the Piers Morgan. Look at that.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he was a demon, right?
And I remember that. I think it was 100% X. or somebody would make videos about how Deontay Wilder, they got to him, they MK Ultra my boy, and there was a picture of,
his eyes look like TV screens turning on.
Yeah,
See that? It's like a straight line.
Speaking of 100% X, do you have his email? Because Fool loves him now. Fool TV.
Yeah. I can't get enough of him.
Really?
The theories. So many theories.
I used to have it. Maybe I can dig around, ask some people, make a couple of phone calls, and maybe I can locate him.
Yeah. You're gonna call it the psych ward. Call the psych ward. I think you'll find him there.
But I remember one time he's like, he would repeat things. 100% X. He's like, my boy Wilder can cut deep.
He's like, they want to turn Deontay Wilder into a slave. He's not a slave.
100% X always sounded a little bit like a used car salesman. Like, let me tell you something.
Actually sounded like DMX.
Really?
He sounds just like DMX. You know, DMX has like this weird way of speaking where he pauses and he has these hard pauses.
Well, hopefully he comes back, and I'm talking about 100% X because the world needs him more than ever. We need that. The world needs healing from 100% X. Because he protects, the besmirched, the poor.
Yeah, him and Dirk would be good friend, really good friends.
Like, maybe. Yeah, you're right. All right, listen, fellas.
The guy is so black that his channel literally is black. Like when you see his graphics, they're all black. It's just a black screen.
Official scorecard in the chat says, ask a couple of correctional officers if they saw him. Come on. What's going on here?
Yeah, he's in the psych ward.
It's a good, I think he's onto something. He might be in one of those.
I don't think so. I think he's just in hiding over there in, what was he, Jamaica, Queens?
I got it from my sources. I don't need to tell you who it is. If you don't believe me, fuck you.
Yeah, that's one of the things he would say. If you don't like it, this channel ain't for you. This channel ain't for you. Oh, man. All right. Well, listen, fellas, don't forget to hit the like. It really helps us out. And let's move on here. We'll talk about the undercard later on because, I mean, how much can we really say about the undercard? And there's still a lot to say about Benavidez, Ramirez, but we're probably going to do more shows in the build-up to that fight on before Saturday. So if we've missed something, don't worry.
We're talking about Benavidez's butt.
There you go. I want to talk about.
You said Benavidez, but
no, I didn't say that. I think you're listening. I think you're hearing things. But I'm talking about the other fight taking place on Saturday, and that's in the morning. Naoya Inoue, the undisputed 122-pound champion, taking on Junto Nakatani. Both guys are 32. Both guys are 32-0. Both guys are 32-0 with 27 knockouts. Well, excuse me. Inoue has 27 knockouts. Nakatani has 24. Not too shabby. Nakatani is also bad. Yes, indeed. Nakatani also has 3 belts, or he's got titles across 3 divisions. So, fellas, who wants to go first on this mega fight? Because it is a mega fight in Japan.
Can I ask this question? His last fight was at 122, Nakatani?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. And he kind of struggled with that guy, right?
I thought he lost. I scored it for the other guy.
But you know something? I don't know about you guys, man. I like the Inoue that has faced adversity because his last 2 fights, he's gone the distance, right? And I think he's displayed his total ability to outbox you at the same time. Mm-hmm. We already know he's a power puncher, right? He throws a lot of sharp combinations, but he can also outbox your ass too.
He's got one of the best 1-2s in boxing right now.
I could beat you like that with the 1-2.
The 1-2s, and he's got that 2 is from hell. Like he lands that shit, it's like a spear.
I think the most vulnerable stage of his career is, at least in my opinion, is the most fun to watch. So, I if you ask me, of course I'm going to favor him, but what makes this fight great is that, Nakatani is good himself, and he has a legit shot of winning.
Mm-hmm.
I think he does.
Can I say real quick, because I don't want to forget the super chat. Shout out to Earl Stevens. Shout out to Earl for his contribution with the super chat. And Earl says, Benavidez fights like a Mexican, but negotiates like an Ecuadorian. Now, what does that mean? Are Ecuadorians renowned for not knowing how to negotiate, or what's going on?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, they're very hard-headed.
I've been cool with a lot. I've been cool with a few Ecuadorians, and I don't know. I guess some of them could be annoying.
And Benavidez is half Mexican.
They're very stubborn. Very stubborn.
But listen, I mean, it's like Shakur Stevenson says he's half Puerto. He doesn't just say he's half Puerto Rican. He is half Puerto Rican. So Puerto Rico does get some credit. They get some residuals, as it were, from Shakur Stevenson's performance. And so if Benavidez is indeed a Mexican too, then Mexico should get some credit.
I'm not getting those royalties.
Well, you're Puerto Rican or Dominican?
Puerto Rican.
Okay, I always forget. Well, I didn't want to insult you because I know if you tell a Puerto Rican that he's Dominican, it's like, no, excuse me, Boricua, papi. That's what they say. But what was I going to say?
What do you call a half Puerto Rican, half Dominican?
So, I got Dominican, Puerto Rican, mostly Puerto Rican.
What do you call a half Dominican, half Puerto Rican?
What do you call him?
A dumb Rican.
Wait a minute. What's going on here?
But I'm quarter Dominican. That's messed up, man. Come on.
What's going on here?
I'll play.
How many times do I got to say come on in this episode? You guys are going to make
you know that like 90% of BDA's audience is Dominican?
That's right. I believe so. I think statistically we're under. Oh, by the way,
be your own people.
That's right. It be your own people. How dare
I love the Dominican people. I love them. I really do.
I wanted to say that Bray, shout out to Bray.
I'm one of them, sort of.
Real quick. Bray in the chat, and I had forgotten this, but it's true. He's speaking Nakatani by stoppage.
Mamma mia!
Great.
On fuego.
Isn't that insane?
On fuego.
Let me say this. Salute to Bray. Bray's putting it on the line. He's like, look, I'm going, and I think he has I'm not saying Nakatani wins, but he has a good shot at the underdog pulling it out.
The upset, huh?
Yeah.
I mean,
salute to Bray.
I'm very excited. Yeah, salute to Bray, man. I'm very excited about this fight because Nakatani is not the regular Inoue opponent. And that speaks volumes about Inoue's dominance because a lot of people feel that he's going to win on Saturday. But Nakatani brings a couple of things to the table that previous opponents have not been able to bring. He's got the height of an Alan Picasso. He can hit hard with the left hand, a little bit like MJ, maybe even harder, although he's relatively unproven at 122. And not for nothing, but everybody keeps bringing up the Sebastian Hernandez fight. He struggled against Sebastian Hernandez. He let his hands go in that fight. He never stopped throwing. And not for nothing, but if you look at the statistics in that fight, he threw about the same amount of punches and got hit with about the same amount of punches as Shakur Stevenson did against Cepeda. But everybody loves to talk about how Shakur Stevenson did fantastic in that fight against Cepeda. But when it comes to Nakatani Hernandez, he sucked. He should have lost that one.
So,
what was that? The fight he just had? You're talking about
Nakatani, yeah.
Follow my logic.
Yeah, I thought he clearly lost that thing. It was a good fight, but I mean, Inoue is not like that. He's not going to be beating you up, coming in, throwing bunches of punches like that.
That's right.
Kind of a chess. It's going to be mostly a chess match, I think. If anything, I think Nakatani is going to try to outwork Inoue, which might not be a great idea.
Well, they asked Robert Garcia about this, and where is it? He says that he's rooting for Nakatani because he knows Nakatani's trainer, Rudy Hernandez. They've known each other for 40 years, so he's rooting for him. But at the end, he's picking Inoue. But he says, check out what he had to say here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but he says Nakatani has a chin, is tall, lanky, and he needs to take this fight into the late rounds. Nakatani is a solid fighter and loves to bring action. He hits tremendously hard, he says. He needs to make it a rough fight to win. He has to take hard shots from Inoue and make him fight. That's easier said than done. Because
that's pretty much what I just said, right? That he's probably gonna be the aggressor. But it's not a great idea because this guy's a sharpshooter, and he'll catch him.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing, though. It's Nakatani's a taller guy, so conventional wisdom would say, well, keep Inoue at range and try to catch him coming in with that left hand. Or maybe a counter check right hook or something. But Inoue is the faster guy. So sometimes that speed, and especially if he's more accurate, that can compensate against the height and reach disadvantage. And like we saw Inoue against Picasso, he had no problem with the height. Although again, it's a different style here that he's going to be seeing from Nakatani. So it's going to be a very interesting first 3-4 rounds. And that's the thing. Can I just say something too about Inoue? It's almost unfair. That's the word that tries to sneak into my mind when I think about Inoue, because it's almost unfair how the guy hits extremely hard. On top of that, he hits very fast. He's got extremely fast hands. And then if he wants to, he's got those Manny Pacquiao type calves that allows him to just bounce around the ring if he wants to and just outpoint a guy. So when he fought Marlon Tapales, which is one of those wins that goes under the radar for some reason, Tapales, he couldn't really outbox Tapales. I think he was beating him, but not by that much. And so what did he do? He said, okay, I'm just going to slug it out with you. And Tapales landed his short shots, but then he just got worn down. So that's why I say it's unfair. It's unfair that Inoue can outbox you if he wants to. And then if he wants to slug it out with you, he'll probably get the best out of you or the better of you because he's got those heavy hands, even at 122. So my thing is, if Nakatani can...
Also, he can take you out late in the fight, right?
Exactly, yes. His power lasts...
They're talking about, he'll get tired. I don't think he's going to... I think he could take the dude at any time.
So are most people then picking Inoue to win this one?
I'm picking him. But I don't think this is going to be a blowout. I think this guy definitely has an opportunity to beat him. He's really good, even though I thought he lost his last fight. You know, he's got the height, the reach. He's pretty tricky. You know, he's a pretty crafty fighter as well. So that's why I predict it might end up being like a chess match. Hopefully it's not boring.
Yeah.
That's what I hope.
Yeah, because it's on Saturday, and most of us here are on the East Coast, except Frank, because he wants to be special. But most of us here are on the East Coast, and that means the main event should probably start at around 7:30, 8 a.m., thereabouts. Don't quote me on this. Don't take my word. Check your local listings, or I don't know if we're still in the 90s, but yeah, check your listings or whatever, and to see when it starts. Because I remember 2022.
Check your TV guide.
Yeah, check your TV guide, and then log into a website and use the broadband.
AOL.
AOL. There you go. Yeah, but I was gonna say that I remember. Who was it? Ioka versus. No, it was Taraji versus somebody else. And I think it was an Ioka fight. I woke up and it was already over. But it had said 5 a.m. and it turned out to be one of those New Year's celebrations or whatever. So it was actually 3 a.m. Eastern time. So I woke up, fight's already over. Screw this. And I went back to sleep. So double check, make sure when it starts for you. Be mindful of the time zones and all that. And you should be good. Now, another thing I wanted to bring up here is Rudy Hernandez, who's very confident coming into this fight. He says, we're fortunate to be in this position to bring back this kind of highly anticipated fight to Japan. How great is that, he said. It's going to be a game changer for both guys. We're working on one thing, and that's winning. Nothing else matters to us. And Inoue is a 4-1 favorite. So the bookies here seem to, but it's still, there's still that shot there that Nakatani could pull it off. I'm curious, though. If Inoue beats Nakatani, whether it's by decision, stoppage, whatever, Nakatani is rated number 7 pound for pound by Ring Magazine, and I believe somewhere around that by ESPN as well. If Inoue beats him, does he usurp Usyk and become number 1 pound for pound, or is Usyk in your eyes still pound for pound number 1?
It was kind of weird comparing like pound to pound for a heavyweight versus a smaller guy like that.
Or you gotta do it. I'm putting you on the spot. That's why you guys get paid the big bucks.
But Usyk is fighting some kickboxer, right?
Yes. Yeah, that kickboxer is no joke.
Yeah, he does seem good, bro. He seems good.
He's a strong guy. He can box. He can knock you out with his hands. He is. He's really good. He's a lot better than Wilder.
I don't want to hear it.
I just letting you know, if that guy came to boxing and fought Wilder, I think he'd knock Wilder out. He would knock Wilder out. He knock out a lot of these guys in boxing.
Let's see what Usyk does. Right? When is Usyk and Rico, whatever that guy's name is, when are they fighting?
Hey Rico, what's your malfunction? I think it's on the end of May. Yeah, I think it's in the end of May.
I'll tell you right now.
We got to see how they perform, right? Of course, Inoue's got the more proven fighter.
Yeah,
a boxer. So we'll see.
Hey, an older guy.
I still got Usyk as my pound for pound the best fighter.
Well, we'll see what happens, man. Because I'm gonna bring up something about the rankings here later on. Some weird stuff going on with the rankings, especially ESPN's rankings. But I wanted to say these too. Don't forget to hit the like. Really helps us out. Boxing Realm in the chat says Inoue has had a suspect chin since the amateurs. You know what? It's hard to argue against that because he's been dropped twice now, and we have seen him stunned before. But then again, it's against heavy-handed guys. I would agree with that about, like Amir Khan. He was getting hit by guys I couldn't crack. He was getting wobbled doing the baby deer leg dance. But Inoue's been. The hell is that?
No, not me.
So who's
Sorry,
playing?
I'm getting messages. Sorry.
Who's playing that with the Chinese arcades there? Anyway, the point is that I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think Inoue has a weak chin, suspect chin? What do you guys say?
I don't think so. I think he could be dropped. Yeah, I mean, but suspect Chen would be like he would have got stopped by now.
Yeah, suspect is running away. You get hit and you start backpedaling, running. You don't want to exchange. You get caught, man. You get caught in exchanges.
Yeah.
Every great fighter, anybody you look at that's fought that we remember has gotten dropped. It's one of the most ridiculous things. Saying this guy got dropped, that means he's not a good fighter.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, he says that he's got a video up on his channel. It says, I uploaded a video of Inoue being dropped in the amateurs twice. Cardenas has no power BDA. Cardenas has a less than 50% KO ratio. But, I mean, he just score a stoppage on Pro Box not that long ago. I mean,
he did have like a highlight reel knockout, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like...
One thing I would say is this. Inoue has a bit of leaky defense at times.
Yes.
That's why he gets dropped with a shot here and there. I wouldn't say he has a suspect chin.
Look, I'll say this. He's getting, like I said, he's getting dropped by power punchers. Neri, Donaire stunned him with a right hand, but Donaire's heavy-handed, especially at 118 when he went back down to 118. And Cardenas, again, maybe he's the type of guy that he's sitting down on his shots more. You can tell the way he launches those left hooks that he packs a bit of a wallop in there. And like you said, I think it's also a matter of Inoue, and that's his fault, by the way. I'm not making excuses for him. It's his fault that he keeps that fucking chin up in the air. Because part of being able to take shots too is tucking that chin in. Remember Gennady Golovkin? He would tuck that chin in extra tight so the punches would bounce off of his forehead. And so he didn't mind. So that would actually give people the impression that, he likes to get hit. It's not that he likes to get hit. It's just that he doesn't mind it as much because he's got a great chin, number one. And number two, he knows how to tuck it in. See, that's a guy with a great chin. Inoue is a guy whose chin is not as good. And on top of that, he makes a tactical mistake of lifting the chin up. But I don't think if you want to say chinny, well, that depends on how chinny you want to say he is. So if you want to say he's 50% chinny, then fine. Yeah. Yes.
And some fighters are just born with like a blockhead. Like Julio Cesar had a donkey head. And I think because Canelo has like an unusually thick neck.
Mm-hmm.
So they can kind of take those punches with taking the risk and standing there and bang it out. But then eventually, if you keep doing that, it's going to crack. But with Inoue, it's just, I really believe it's because he's taking risks. He got a guy, they're exchanging. I mean, that's what we want to see as fans. This guy's fearless. He wants to exchange, get him out of there, and you're taking a risk. So I don't think it's because he's necessarily chinny. You get caught, man, when you're taking those risks.
You know what, Frankie? You just reminded me of something too. MJ Akhmadaliev, a lot of people were saying, he's got a good left hand, just like Neri and Cardenas. And so what's going to happen if he did hit him with some shots and he never went anywhere, Inoue. So if he were chinny, I think the MJ Akhmadaliev fight would have shown it. And it didn't. So I understand what Realm is saying. I understand, I wouldn't say I would say this. I don't think Inoue has the best chin. And part of that is because he makes the tactical mistake of leaving it up in the air. But chinny a la Amir Khan, no. So you'd have to specify that.
I was just gonna say that, yeah.
Right. You'd have to specify the degree to which you think he's chinny, because otherwise people are gonna say no, he's not, and then you got to really get down to the nitty gritty when talking about.
He's chinny like Felix Trinidad is chinny, like that.
Yeah, or like Joe Calzaghe, right? Who would? Yeah.
He's the kind of guy you knock him down and he knocks you the beep out.
No. Hold on a second.
Yep. Wait. Let's do it again.
Yes.
He knocks you the out. I don't give up.
Hey, but by the way, I was going to ask something, but I guess we'll save it for the next time we talk about this fight, because I think we're going to talk about it more as the fight day approaches. Because I was going to ask, could Nakatani beat MJ Akhmadaliev? And I guess we'll get to it later on, or maybe we have time. We'll get to it. Later on this episode. But I wanted to bring this up. Xander Zayas versus Jaron Ennis. Zayas came out, and I think I played the clip last episode, that he says that Ennis hasn't really fought anybody. He's not impressed. everybody that he fights or that Ennis has fought so far is one-dimensional. He's never fought anybody with the... And I'm thinking, wait a minute, what about the Karen? I'm not saying that Karen is a pound-for-pound guy, but the Karen could box in there. But nevertheless, he was talking about that. He's really trying to... Zayas is striking me as the type of guy. He's not a very humble guy per se. He's a guy that's going to go on the offensive too, and he's going to say, you ain't shit. So, and that's the way he... And, Ennis in a lot of ways started that. And so I guess suppose Zayas is just biting back. But now we've got Tito Trinidad is coming into the fray. And they asked him, who do you think wins between Zayas and...
Speaking of Trinidad, huh?
That's right, yeah. Very fortuitous. This is what he had to say.
Tito, ¿qué piensas de Xander, Zayas y
Xander, primeramente puertorriqueño, es boricua como yo, y aparte que ese boricua, y con mucho orgullo lo digo.
All right, so for people that are listening and they're not, you can't even really see the subtitles, but they asked him, who are you picking? He goes, Zayas, because he's Boricuan like me. So right off the bat, it's not the best analysis that Tito is providing. But
exactly the best prediction.
The Puerto Rican.
But
Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Usyk versus Shakur Stevenson. He's kind of Puerto Rican. He's kind of Puerto Rican, right?
Campeón fuerte, campeón que tiene mucha fortaleza, mucha condición física, y sé que con su experiencia, que ya llegó a ser campeón, ya tuvo una primera defensa, otra primera defensa, sé que voy a ver.
This is how I was talking about Armando Resendez when he was lined up to fight Plant.
You know what? Maybe though, but he's saying that with the experience that Zayas has had so far, the experience he has right now, he says that's enough to beat Jerron Ennis.
He's young too.
I agree.
Young, strong guy. Got good movement. Good left hand. That's what you need is a left hand versus that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he loves those left hands on his chin.
Una cosa, Puerto Rico, y todos los fanáticos están con él siempre.
¿Cómo gana Xander a Boots? ¿Qué estilo es?
Look at Bradley there in the back trying to photobomb.
¿Cómo gana Xander Boots?
Oh, God. Bradley trying... Look,
I didn't catch that.
See Bradley back there? Look at it.
Yeah. Is he trying to photobomb Fu, or what's he doing?
He looks like he's wearing a disguise. He's like Trinidad stunt double.
Oh.
He's like a smaller version of Trinidad standing behind him. A little clone.
And they're all wearing brown suits. Yeah, that cream-colored, brown-colored. It's almost like
the new thing now. I saw Manny Pacquiao, Max Kellerman. They were like dressed identically.
But that's usually what you see. That's usually. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. And that's usually what you see Cubans like. When they're in Cuba, Puerto Rico. That's the type of color they go with. But that's in the same.
Yeah, remember Scarface? Remember Scarface? The guy that sat at the table when they hanged the dude from the helicopter. The guy that says, "Tony, don't fuck me." He was wearing a cream-colored thing, wasn't he?
Don't ever fuck me, Tony.
Don't ever fuck me.
That was Sosa.
Yeah, Sosa.
Oh, Sosa. Yeah. Sosa.
Tell Frank I keep him on ice for you.
Tell Frank I keep him on ice for you, man.
And then he starts eating the fucking orange peel or that lemon thing there, whatever.
He wasn't supposed to do that.
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
He was supposed to clean his hands.
He was supposed to show that he's you fucking peasant.
Oh, yeah. No, he was supposed to clean his hands.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But did they show that in the movie, right? That he cleaned his hands with it?
Yeah, that's what they show. And that's why I think even Omar stares at him a little bit when he sees him eating. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, but who would think that anyway? Who would think I'd probably drink it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't start eating the fucking lime or whatever the fuck.
I'm gonna wash
my hands in a mug.
Yeah, that was the point. That was the point. They're trying to show that he's uncultured, but whatever.
It's so stupid.
Para ganar a Boots.
Yo pienso que Xander va a ganar como sea. Va a ganar decisión o knockout. Tiene la fortaleza. Y sé que la experiencia que ha adquirido lo va a llevar a poder ganar por decisión o por knockout.
So he's saying Zayas can win a multitude of ways. He can win by knockout. He can win by decision. He can do it all, baby. Now, first,
another great pick by Eddie Hearn, huh?
Well, we'll see. That remains to be seen. But I gotta ask Recognize first, though, and maybe Fu too, because you both guys are New York people. I was always under the impression that Xander was a white guy's name. It's like, hey, Xander, you want to go to the skate park today or something like that? Is that a normal thing that for Puerto Ricans to be named Xander?
I think it is.
It's more New Age. Yeah. It's kind of like this New Age where they named it. A lot of Hispanics are naming their children like white names and stuff. You know.
I don't think I wouldn't call that a white name.
Right. Put it this way: it would be names that are like. I can remember growing up a lot of, Francisco, Antonio, Jose, Carlos. Those names kind of like faded out.
I've seen a lot of Z's in those names. Like I know in the like Zuleikas and that kind of thing. You hear those kind of Puerto Rican names, so it's not weird. To me, it's not like a name like Zach or something like that. Xander.
Well, I mean, but Xander's pretty close to Zach, man. I mean, it's both two letters at the end of the alphabet. I mean, that's not normal, man.
I don't know, man. I see that weird yellow pompadour. I can't see him wearing that.
His middle name, if you look at his full name, his middle name is giving me vibes that I believe his mom might be Cuban. Europe, Puerto Ricans don't name their children stuff like that. They don't.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I want to get to the bottom of this. Let me tell you.
It almost sounds African or something. Right?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like if you look at Cubans, Dominicans, they kind of go with these names that are like outside of Spanish. Like what you would consider Spanish names, right? They start naming their kids fucking after Stalin. I mean, I met Dominicans named Stalin. I'm like, what?
Whoa, what?
What the fuck's wrong with you? What the hell?
Your fucking name is Stalin?
Here's my son, Hitler.
He's my son. Here's my son Goring. I mean, what's going on here?
He's my son Hitler.
Yeah, when they tell you they're gonna take you to the showers, it's not after you guys play basketball. They make sure they get you there.
Get in the oven room.
Get into the oven.
You got a whole oven room in your house?
Oh man. But okay, so you heard Tito Trinidad very confident in his countrymen, as he should. I think that's a lot of people expect that nowadays, that you got to stick with your own race, you got to stay on code, that type of stuff. But the reason why I brought up to Inoue, whether that Nakatani win would propel him to the number one spot, is he better look impressive against Nakatani, because there's a couple of guys out there, a lot of the people that fit the bill, if you know what I mean, with the media, that if they have one more win, they're going to catapult them to the top of the pound-for-pound list. One such person that I'm, Frank was doing a show yesterday. He was gracious enough to have me on, and we went digging, and we found some disturbing stuff. Check this out. This is ESPN's top 10 pound-for-pound list. David Benavidez number 5. That's pretty high. Some would say, even in front of Junko Nakatani. Then you go to number 8. Jerron Boots Ennis is number 8 pound for pound. That's nothing. Hold on a second. If you guys think that's shocking, stick around. Check this out. Junior middleweight rankings, they have Jerron Ennis number 3.
Wow.
Amazing.
That's because Big Ben Shapiro.
Lest you think that okay, let me ask you this, and it's more interesting if I pose it this way. If Ennis beats Zayas, do you expect the media, and you know how they are, do you expect them to propel Ennis to the number 1 spot at 154 and possibly top 5 pound for pound?
Yeah.
Of course,
yes.
Of course.
Why is he number 3?
Performance, right? Depends on the performance, I'd say.
Well, they don't care about performances, obviously, because he just beat Lima.
But he's not a Bedoin guy. He's not really a Bedoin guy.
Which is good, yeah.
Who? Ennis? Oh, yeah. Well, that's the only good thing. I mean, if he knocks out Zayas, yeah, they're going to probably put him as number 1. But right now, I don't know why he's at number 3. Doesn't make any sense.
I mean, he's done nothing at the weight, so how could you...
Well, he beat Lima.
Yeah, exactly. All-time great. Where's Dirk when you need him? The guy is the greatest.
But look, he's entertaining. He's like David Benavidez. He's must-see TV. But there's one thing to give a guy props for his entertaining style, and it's another to prop him up so high in the pound-for-pound rankings and the 154-pound rankings. I mean, number 8. Because he
who's number 3 then? I thought you said number 3.
No. I'm saying 8 pound for pound on ESPN, and number 3 at 154 pounds.
Oh wait,
who's number 7?
Wait, what? Number 8 pound for pound?
That's right, on ESPN's list. He's ahead of
That's
Canelo
even worse than
and
number 3
Opetaya.
at super middleweight. That's even worse than.
He's ahead of Canelo.
That list.
Wow.
There's something wrong at that list. There's something. No, Canelo shouldn't be there right now. Yes.
Oh, and by the way, the good thing about ESPN compared to Ring Magazine is that at least they tell you, like, for example, they give you other, like, honorable mentions, right? Oscar Collazo, Virgil Ortiz, and they tell you the amount of votes that they had. And then they get to the writers, and they tell you how they voted. So something.
So where's Ortiz on that list?
He's not on the list.
He's not even on the list?
On the top 10 pound for pound, you mean? Or the
Yeah.
No, he's not on the
top
list.
10. Yeah,
No,
top 10, because that's 154, right? So if he's number 8, where's Ortiz on that list?
He's not on the top 10 pound for pound, and at the 154, he's number 1.
Okay, that doesn't make sense either. I disagree with that.
Well, I guess you know what it is.
Fundora.
Yeah, you know what it
Why
is.
would he be number 1 when he doesn't have a title?
I suppose it's also because Ennis managed to get the unification, and these guys, they really love that. That's why Ring Magazine has Navarrete top 10 now, because he unified, and they still, even though they're trying to get away from the belts, Ring Magazine technically, they still love the belts for some reason, the alphabet straps.
Yeah.
So check this out. So 10 people voted for Ortiz, but he didn't get in. One guy, Hale, has Ennis number 9. Joe Tessitore has Ennis number 9. Teddy Atlas has Ennis number 8. So you can see Teddy Atlas is his predilection sometimes. Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah, they all have Haney in the top 10, by the way. They all have Devin Haney top 10 as well.
Oh, Haney, all-time great.
No, but why? I mean, seriously, because I'm not a guy that sits here and complain. I don't want to complain about all bias and this and that. But it seems like there's a bit of an American bias going on here, as it pertains to Jaron Ennis. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, there is.
I would say,
because they know Boots Ennis, they know who Haney is, and they bought the hype. Who are these guys again? Who voted for this?
Hale, Teddy Atlas, Joe Tessitore, Eric Raskin.
Some company, man.
Teddy Atlas. Yeah.
Well, to like I said yesterday on Frank's stream, to Eric Raskin's credit, he doesn't have Ennis in the top 10. So, but he was probably usurped or outgunned compared to all these other guys. Because I'm looking at the list here, a lot of people have like this guy Ronald Reagan. He has Ennis number 8.
Ronald Reagan. Huh?
Woodyard has Ennis number 10. Moynihan has Ennis number 8. So. Yeah, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know Teddy Atlas bases his rankings on
who he likes,
the eye test.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said it like, it's like how they look like, and if I like them, basically, he kind of said that if I like them, like, but you gotta look at the resume, right? Who they fought, and things like that. Because sure, you might look great, but against who? Right, then you step up in competition and you don't look as great as before. So
I mean, Teddy Atlas still living off of the fact that he trained a young Mike Tyson in the amateurs. That's what it is, man.
Oh yeah.
And then the theatrics with Michael Moore.
Gun to his face.
Yeah, a 16-year-old kid putting a gun to his face, and then you don't even like what Repet used to say. You pull a gun on somebody because you're gonna use it, not because you want to make a big show out of it or whatever. And that's the type of character Teddy Atlas is.
Tells you around with a holster.
Exactly. He can't wait. He's the type of guy that walks around with a gun and he can't wait to use it. Like he actually,
he's got the blazer on.
He sees a dog, pulls it
100
out.
degrees in the gym, like over 100 degrees in the gym, and he's wearing a blazer with the holster on the. Pulls the gun out like Dirty Harry.
He's like Charles Bronson. There is like he just can't wait to pull it out, man.
No, he's like he's in front of a mirror, like in Crazy Taxi, like just.
Crazy Taxi. Wait, Butch,
no, Crazy Taxi, no.
That's a video
Taxi
game.
driver.
That's
Crazy
a
Taxi is a
popular
video
arcade
game.
game from my childhood.
Hey, Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Taxi.
Exactly.
Yeah, you.
And they'll play the Offspring. Oh man, this would be hard.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
It was only they only had one song in the game.
I knew
he blasts the Offspring music. He's like, I'm gonna kill you right now.
He's driving a car with a gun.
Yeah.
He's screaming at his driving. But
Pretty fly for a white guy, and that shit's blasting through the gym.
Oh yeah,
he got the gun to his head.
By the way,
one's
Solvers just said that it was great hearing Offspring, and I always get the vibes that Sobers was like a skater type of guy. Now he just
I saw him live. I saw him live once.
A skater,
dude.
Not
I
a
saw him
skater.
live. I saw them.
Skater
Saw him in
Sobers.
concert.
That's where that's
ever
probably
watch
where you
it?
picked up the habit with the wacky tobacco, hanging around with all those slackers.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yes.
I didn't smoke to be cool. I smoke because I am cool.
There you go. Fu, do you? I mean, we've seen you on camera now, and you look like that. I hate to judge a book by its cover, but it seems to me like your room smells like marijuana a lot.
No.
Okay.
I actually don't really smoke weed.
Okay.
I had it a couple of times. Not huge into it.
Caffeine?
Oh yeah.
Better than
Probably
there you go.
too
Okay.
much.
So you're
Too
like
much-
me.
Too much coffee.
Yeah, I prefer the caffeine over the. Hey, we were talking about crazy Teddy Atlas. Speaking of another crazy person, what's his name? Jermall Charlo. What Jermall? So that's just to clarify for people because they might get
still
confused.
alive.
Oh, absolutely, he's still alive and kicking. And Jermall is the 154 pounder, the slightly younger one, and he was on our favorite podcast, the Brian Costner podcast.
Brother,
that's right.
What happened? What happened?
So he's on the Brian Costner podcast, and oh boy, did Jermall Charlo just go off on a bender here? Here he is talking about his preparation or lack thereof for the Canelo bout, and how Derek James, his former trainer, just couldn't step up to the game.
You're no longer with Derek James. Errol Spence is no longer with Derek James. What happened?
What happened?
Well, I mean, Derek James, he started getting a little bit more fighters and a little bit more hype, and I feel like our communication changed. We wasn't the same. Derek James a cool kid and all that, laid back and all that, but he wanted his way.
Cool kid.
Like you as a coach, y'all coaches work for the fighter. Of course, you want everything to be your fighter's way, but if a fighter really is a cold fighter and he a champion, he respects you as a coach and a leader, but he also makes his decisions on what's best for him. This coach coming to the game and try to tell you, nah, nobody can come to the gym, nobody. Nah, you telling me like what's taking my comfort away? I remember one time Erdem had a dog and I had a dog too. We wanted our dog to be training while we sitting there watching.
What?
Derek ain't letting none of that type of shit happen.
Is that something that?
Okay,
wait a minute. Who's in the right? Who's in the right and who's in the wrong?
That sounds like a good coach to me.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. About to say. I mean, I don't understand. Like, okay, is it his gym as well? And like, if it is, then
why does he need a dog in there? What's he doing? A hip hop?
He got that dog. He said so my friend's dog and his dog, and so like a dog park. Could you imagine just training and his dogs barking and shitting and pissing?
Dogs
I don't know.
on a big
Like farting.
heavy chains. Oh yeah, farting dog's the worst.
Oh yeah. Sometimes,
it's like, bro, just
Who
on
brings
heavy
a dog?
bag
I've
here.
never seen a dog in a gym. Actually,
I actually can. I've seen dogs, and people have actually had to go up to the person and say, "Listen, I'm allergic to dogs. Could you please get him out of here?" Because it's unsanitary to have a dog in a gym.
I mean, it's common courtesy. No, I mean, it's not. Yeah, no, you don't bring a dog.
Well, pet lovers are a different breed. They think that you would like their dog to sniff your ass. Like, a dog will come to sniff your ass, and they're like, "Oh my god!"
Wait, what are we talking about?
Speak for
Dogs
yourself.
sniffing asses.
The hell's wrong with you?
I thought you were talking about Booty Loose.
Many things.
I thought you were talking about Booty Loose's latest appearance on your show. My bad.
Oh man,
that was a horrible appearance. That was Frank was right. It was like we tried to make something out of it, like we really, because he was boring from the get-go, and then we tried to make it interesting, and you can't polish a turd, man.
But you can't be you can't be crazy, gay, and boring. You got to be flamboyant. You can be like Perception.
You got to be.
You got to be a fairy. You got to give everybody a show. You got to do some cartwheels and have rainbows coming out your ass.
I got to see that.
He was trying to think. It sounded like he was trying to think. It's like,
we know that's not a strong suit.
Yeah,
it's like it's rant, bro. You're trying to think.
Exactly. But I wanted to say.
Oh, that's my voice, right?
No, that's not your voice. But okay, so back to this Charlo thing. First of all, like Fu pointed out there, he's talking very fast, so he's getting very agitated. So you know that this is something that really bothered him. That this really got, yeah. But then that's like the example he went for, the dog. So let's hear a little bit more.
Pissed him off.
Oh yeah.
Then he running around like, I mean, I don't know, it's just a lot got to there. He wasn't the same during this fight. He didn't train me as much as everybody thinking during this fight, or half of these fights. Anyways, I always had Juan Guzman, who will be my main trainer. I got Holland Williams Sr., who will be
Hologram Williams and Joan Guzman. So, I mean, I know he's really a big fan of Joan Guzman. I don't know who Hologram Williams is, but Joan Guzman, just because he was a good fighter and very slick, doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be a great trainer. So, but apparently he likes him. So, hey, whatever works.
He was good on Roseanne.
John Goodman. No, you're confusing. Joan Guzman.
Why is he talking to one side of his mouth? Why is he talking like on one side of his mouth only?
I think it's the.
Man, get better soon, man. Stroke.
It's the single mother in them.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
Also, the second chief, I got Nick. I got a lot of different people that we're gonna work together. That we.
Does he have on dentures?
I think so. I think that's a new thing between some of these guys, right? Like Shakur Stevenson. These
barely opens his mouth. And the
You know who
teeth are
has
like right next to each other. He's like,
Elon Musk as well. Elon Musk. Have you noticed he has like dentures? I think. Oh,
yeah, they all
something.
look like they got dentures. They gnaw their teeth down to these little chiclets. They got like piranha teeth.
Yeah, I think
you ever
that's.
seen that? They get piranha teeth, and then they put those big caps on them.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
They put all this glue in there, glue on it, and just stick it up in their face.
Meat eaters.
Do you watch videos about that too, like with the hair pieces, fool? Or?
Oh yeah. I've seen it. It's disgusting. What they do to those people's teeth is crazy. They gnaw them down into little nubs.
Oh.
And then they glue like caps onto all their teeth.
What? But why
bro?
would
You don't have teeth anymore.
But do they do that to people whose teeth are unhealthy to begin with, or just
perfect? They'll have like perfect teeth, and they'll come and grind them down.
No way.
Nuts.
It's up to you if you want to pay for that. You know.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is insane.
You look at like Cardi B. You've seen her. She got like dentures.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It doesn't look attractive at all.
Dude, that's exactly what it is. You see, my nephew, who has perfect straight teeth, right? They're nice and white. He doesn't smoke cigarettes or anything. He was thinking about doing that. I'm like, yo, are you stupid?
Are you crazy? You're gonna
They
destroy
have
your
like
teeth.
teeth from that Jim Carrey movie, The Mask. They're all big as hell and white.
That's exactly what they look like.
I'm like, dude, all you got to do with the way your teeth are is just get a fucking cleaning every every year or every 6 months.
Yeah.
That's
It's
what
a
you
regular cleaning. Don't even get a whitening because this shit looks fake. Like, come on. Your teeth are not porcelain white. You look like an idiot.
Does anyone else get creeped out by people with perfect white teeth? It's almost like, wait a minute,
it's disgusting.
Did you just come out of the nether realm or something and took over a body, or I mean, did you just get
are
cloned?
you human? Are you a ventriloquist dummy?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? This is weird.
Bizarre.
And the teeth they're too straight too. Like you said, they're all like perfect on the bottoms. Like, bro, crooked teeth are cool.
Well, this guy's got the perfect teeth, but the crooked mouth. Charlo, that is.
Well, the teeth are too big probably for his mouth.
By the way, is he wearing? Look at that necklace. It's almost like a pearl necklace, like for the 1950s grandmother pearl necklace.
It is. Yeah.
What is that about?
That's just your clothes. You're being closed-minded now.
Oh well, yeah. You know what? Maybe I'm nitpicking now.
You're gendering jewelry.
Exactly, the Marge Simpson necklace. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, actually, it started on the Flintstones. Remember that?
Oh yes. Wilma. No. Which one was the redhead?
Both of them. I think both. Didn't they both have pearl necklaces?
Yes. Now then, there was the triple X version where they actually use those necklaces for something else. But anyway, we're getting away from this here.
Well, you mean a pearl necklace like the other kind?
No, I'm talking about like the balls. What do you call it? The beads, anal beads. Anyway, let's keep going. I don't know why you had to bring up anal beads, fool. But let's keep watching this. This is boxing. Right?
Anal beads.
It was me, huh? Anal beast.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. What are you talking about?
That we good. I don't need. What are you talking about? I already did all that shit. I done knocked these motherfuckers out. What they want to do? Run into one of these right hands? My bad. I'm getting a little angry.
Yeah, you get
He starts. He has to apologize. It's like my bad. Yo,
I got my heart rate all up.
Imagine you could talk yourself into a frenzy, BDA.
Yeah, well, we know a couple of people in the YTVC that do
How
that.
is he in a frenzy when he's like in slow motion, but he's in a frenzy? Imagine when he's calm.
I will say this, man. I will say this. He at 154, bro. He was a fucking problem. But soon as he went up to fight Canelo, that nigga turned into a bitch, bro.
Yeah. I mean, he looked kind of like trash in some of those fights. He was getting beat up by these little guys.
Yes, that's true.
And scaring him. I mean, he looked really a suspect, that guy.
I always forget the Argentinian's name now for some reason because he hasn't fought since. Castaño, thank you. Yeah, Castaño beat him the first time. He beat him the first time.
Yeah, even in the second fight, wasn't he running away? He's all scared up on the ropes. The big giant guy running away.
Well, it took place in Texas. So.
But here, bleep me. I mean, what the? What the? I don't give a.
I was late on that one, but
yeah, you were real late.
I apologize, but
perfect.
but Charlo was a problem. But now they're saying, and that's the thing, they're saying they're gonna put him in there with Fundora. So
that's
he might be fasted. I would have gave him a chance before, like in the past. I would have definitely been like, yeah, I like his chances. He might even win, but not now. I don't know about now.
He's got a puncher's chance, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, he breaks down too easily. I mean, Fedor would eat him up, I think.
But you need that timing too for the. You need the timing too for to land that power. It's one thing to have the power; it's another to actually land it. And so,
Fangor uses range really well now, so I just don't see it.
I keep saying that Boxing Chief said it 3 years ago that the PBC, what they were doing is they're doing inventory. They're cleaning out inventory. That's what Boxing Chief said, and he said that about 3 years ago. And now it's all coming to fruition. They're getting rid of these old names. Maybe because they keep pestering them for, hey, when's my next fight, man? Or maybe they're contractually obligated to give him one last fight or something. So now it's like, all right, we'll throw you.
Because Charlo smells like dog piss.
Okay, what the fuck? I'm trying to make a salient point here, and I do mean trying. And then you come out of nowhere. He smells like that.
I mean, it goes with what you're saying. They're trying to clean them out. They're trying to clean him out real quick.
I was talking,
bro. I got my dog in the car.
What do I even try, man?
In the locker room, in the ring.
Are we talking about Charlo coming back and fighting Fandora? Is that what the?
Yeah, that's what we're trying. That's what I was trying to talk about, but then we started
talking about showering him.
Charlo's got fleas. He's got fleas.
They want to hose him down like in Rambo First Blood.
Oh damn!
All right, let's keep
wash
watching
him out
this.
of the gym. Just wash him out.
Yeah, I gotta keep watching. Charlo's he's a good interview. Let me tell you.
That we gonna work together.
Yes.
That we good. I don't need. What are you talking about? I
got me all
done
worked
all
up.
that shit. I done knocked these motherfuckers out. What they want to do? Run into one of these right hands? My bad. I get a little angry.
The dude talks in slow
You
motion.
can see he's getting that coke lockjaw. You see his mouth, his
Yes.
against his spider.
Like right there.
Yes, right there.
That's what I was talking about. The teeth are too close. They're too close to each other.
Like, his jaw's clenched hard as fuck.
Yeah, well, like Bucho said, like Elon Musk, he does all those drugs, and that's why he's just so locked up. Like
He's got cotton mouth from the psych meds.
Oh yeah. Oh, you think when he starts? Talking very, when he starts getting more and more agitated, and you say he's got the cotton mouth, do you think that white stuff comes out of his mouth? The foam.
I think so. Yeah, I could see some on the side of his lip a little bit. He's talking really slow, so I don't know how he's all agitated. Like this is him excited. Imagine him like I said, like calm.
Well, like we mentioned, he got lockjaw, so he's trying to talk fast, but he's also fighting his bones in his mouth from closing. Right? He's trying hard to open his mouth.
He's like, gotta relax.
Look at his face. You can look. He's like, you see his mouth, his lip is moving down, but the teeth don't want to. The lower mouth
his bottom teeth are in front of his top teeth.
Exactly. There's a fight going on there. Yeah.
Just saying that must hurt.
It's a knife fight out there.
My teeth are fighting each other again.
How about?
I don't need none of these motherfucking coaches. The coach need us. Then they treat us like they owe you.
It looks like he's rapping. Look at that. If you put it on mute.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Yeah.
Put some King Von music over it.
King Von.
They treat us like they owe you too big. Don't get too big, coach. Calm down, coach. I'm the one that was your first champion. This and that and the third.
We don't need the trainers. They need us. They need us.
He's got a point to a certain degree, but they both need each other.
He needs a friend that will tell him, yo, calm your ass down, bro. Chill. Like, just talk normal.
The coach, you should get him when he gets into his next fight. He's like, Coach, what do I do? He's like, do you need me now?
Well, John Guzman yeah.
No, well, he's basically saying that what he didn't like about Derrick James was that Derrick James was taking away his comfort. Right?
Yeah. He doesn't like having
like
dad.
it's a gym. Like what type of comfort do you need? I mean, to the point where you need dogs in the gym. That's your comfort.
Yeah, I don't get. Well, maybe it's a
certain. He set a rule. He don't like rules, because he probably didn't have a dad.
Right? He's very confrontational too. Like, remember when he was beefing with Terrence Crawford? If a couple of times go look at those exchanges, looks like he's coming at Crawford. Looks like he's coming towards him.
Yeah. That's a good coach, isn't it? A guy who's just set some barriers.
I agree. I totally agree with that. Yeah.
But coach, he had some rules.
I gotta like Ryan Garcia. I wish Ryan Garcia would have stayed with Derrick James a little bit longer.
Oh, he likes Derrick James. He said it. He might actually. I think he might work with him again. Did he not work for him for his last fight? Am I wrong?
No, he worked with his dad.
Oh, back with his dad, right? Yeah.
And his dad had him boxing nice in that fight.
But I think he does a mix of the two. I think it's his dad and Derrick James.
Okay, that's not bad if he's going to do that.
Yeah, his dad is good.
But I gotta push back a little bit, if I may, because you guys are saying, "Oh, why does he need a dog in the gym?" Maybe it's a service dog. Maybe he's got emotional problems or something, Charlo.
Exactly,
He's got PTSD. He needs
Or BDA. Or BDA. Maybe it's to bring that dog out. You know what I'm saying? That dog meter.
That's the first thing that came to my mind, recognize.
Where's my dog?
Where my dog's at?
Where my dog's at?
I feel scared.
By the way, there's such a thing as a service dog, but then there's also the donkey. So I'm not kidding. I think they give you this little, not a donkey now, but like a little horse, like the ponies. I think they give support, pony support. I'm trying to find it. I know I had it.
In Argentina, did you hear in Argentina there's a cow shortage? Now they're giving them donkeys.
Yes.
Weird.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Well, that's what's going on over there. At least they got rid of the woke thing, right? As if there was a woke problem in Argentina. But hey, if you gotta own the libs, here it is. Look at this. See that? There's a support pony right there.
How do you terrorists do, huh? How you guys doing? How you terrorists doing? Everything good over here?
Hold on a second. We're talking about support, emotional support pony. Look at that. This dude is in. Is a guy or a girl? I don't know.
Oh man, they're gonna take a big leak in your house, man.
Could you imagine you're in a plane and there's a fucking pony in the plane and it starts taking a shit? Oh man, come on.
Oh yeah, it's disgusting.
Outrageous. That's not halal.
That's gross.
Some access mental disabled people have those type of animals walking around with them.
I know, but it's one thing to have a dog, Gypsy. It's another to have a fucking pony in an airplane. I mean, come on.
No, it could be
things are
anything,
so
man. It could be a
stupid.
llama.
Those things are
It
so
could be
stupid.
anything.
I see some girl in I was in a store, a little kid's store, right? And looking around, and this bitch walks past with this big ass dog, bigger than everybody's kids in the store, and it's just big as fuck. And she's a little lady. This dog looks like if it takes off running on her ass, she won't be able to hold it, or if it attacks somebody. And it has like a vest on, like that one, like surface dog in work. Please don't pet. I'm like, why is this bitch walking around like a little kid's store where little kids are gonna see this and be interested, and just I don't know. It seemed like such bullshit. Like, what do you have this big ass dog for? And then have this like service animal sticker on there. It seems like she was full of shit. You know what I mean? Like these people light on a little form, say, "Oh, I'm traumatized. I need a dog with me at all times," or I need a support monster that could eat me. Like it doesn't make any sense.
I need a beast that can rip a child's head off because I can't.
Like, why, you know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck?
Speaking of monsters, I'm here to say Nakatani by decision.
Oh,
I know you guys are. Yeah, just go Nakatani by decision. Nakatani got a backhand that is gonna be a magnet for Inoue's fucking head. The only thing that's gonna make a difference is Inoue not respecting that power. If he doesn't respect it, I'm just gonna take the risk and say he's gonna respect it. And if he respects it, he's gonna be in problem. If guys like Neri can land that shot, Nakatani has many varieties of shot, many, and he comes from the bottom. His elbow doesn't even bend; he just throws it. He can throw from when you attack him. He can throw when you're on the back foot. You can throw. He's just very good from the bottom to the top to the straight. With the backhand, he just very versatile, and he can. He also disguises it sometimes when he makes them. Well, I don't think Inoue will fall for this one too much, where he lures him in. He goes in with a high guard, ducks in a little bit, lures the guy in. But that's like typical boxing, luring him. Canelo does it. Everybody does it. But he has like different angles for it. Nakatani has different angles where he'll make you bite for one, and then not even hit for the second and go for the third. Like he gets different angles. Nakatani has what it takes to beat this guy.
I agree.
He is the monster.
I agree. He's got the tools. He got the tools. But now can he put those tools to use?
It's the intangibles, not the things that you can't really, you cannot really figure out. Is who's actually stronger, who's actually has the more will to win, because this could either be a draw or a Nakatani win.
Well,
and if it's a draw, they could probably give it to Inoue. But if it's an 8-4, something like that, they'll give it to Nakatani. Hopefully, they don't rob him, because Inoue is a superstar.
Well,
So,
you know that your analysis was on point. It was going great, and then you had to scrunch around there your fucking glove compartment like you always do. You're always looking for something for some reason. I don't know.
fucking it up.
that wasn't me, man. That wasn't me.
All right.
But
You always mess
that
with
was
things.
that was my dog, the big dog that I carry,
Oh,
like that girl.
That's service dog, yeah. No, but you know what? Look, listen, Nakatani does have the tools, and I was listening to Ringside Reporter yesterday. Shout out to them. Shout out to Biba and Eric, and they were saying. I think one of them said that. Yeah, what happens if Nakatani, sort of like what I call powers up? Because you know sometimes you see a guy and you go, oh, his defense is leaky here, or he doesn't do this well, and then all they do is they make a little adjustment in fight. Oh, all of a sudden they start looking completely different. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that Nakatani can do that. But then the problem is we've never really seen him. You know, I'm going to drop a video later on about the difference between Inoue and Nakatani, and that is that Inoue has shown before that when fighters try to take the play away from him, he takes it right back. He regains the momentum. We've never really seen that from Nakatani, partially because he's been so dominant prior to the Sebastian Hernandez fight. So, I mean, I know he got stunned.
It's also because that was the first time at 122 as well. So he might not have the second and third, you know, just like how Benavidez in the first time at 175, he didn't look so good against Kvasnik, but then he started to look better and better in the second and third fight. So that you might see a much better version of Nakatani as well, because that was his first one.
Let's not forget, there's a fight, and you can't find it on YouTube in high quality. You got to go to one of those alternative search engines, but Nakatani did get hurt in 2021, I want to say. It was an outdoor venue on ESPN, and he got hurt somewhere in the middle of the fight, I want to say. But then I think it was near the end of the round, so he just took over afterwards. But he can be hurt, and in a way, he can pack a wall up. Now, before we continue, don't forget to hit the like. It really helps us out. And let's keep on watching this Jermall Charlo. I think we're almost done with this one.
This is the money and you be cool. And it was like that. But he started out having his own personal feelings towards everybody and everything. And then that's what ruined you. You can go in the ring. You can't go in a world title fight. You got to remember, Anthony Joshua was getting ready for his. He fought right before I fought. And then Earl Spence fought right before I fought. How much training camp do you think I had with Derek James?
But I mean, is this something that a complaint we usually hear about, for example, Robert Garcia? Because I think some guys have complained, right? That he just holds the mitts and then he gets his one of his sons to do the rest or something like that. And Robert Garcia has way more fighters on his roster than Derek James. So what the hell was Derek James doing? If what Charlo is saying is true, what the hell was Derek James doing? Or maybe Jermall Charlo wanted all the attention on him. I don't know.
Yeah, he feels insecure.
He with this big ego and everybody got to listen to him because he the main coach. No, nigga, it don't work like that. You better shut the fuck up. I've been trying my ass off with this dude that came from New York. He sleep in my house, we wake up, eat breakfast and cook and train. And then when you come in town, you don't even speak to him. Or even check on and see what
wrestled over the cereal.
Wow, so
they wrestled over the cereal.
Isn't that what was it the which rapper was saying that or what?
Yeah, P Diddy.
Oh,
I remember me and Usher would wake up together, and we fight over the cereal.
Now we get into a bit more of a controversial one because now he's talking about his brother and how his brother hasn't been living. I think we already all knew that Jermall, they're leading two different lifestyles. Check this out.
My brother on some Cain and Abel shit, like nigga attacking his own family.
It's getting biblical, by the way.
Like these niggas can't beat me. I'ma still ride with you. 33-0 with over 5 years of fucking chaos problems with you and your family, your kids. He's single. He living in the streets running. I mean, look, I'm putting on boxing tournaments for kids and my nephews and my brother kids and I'm doing all these kind of things. All right, Brian. My brother, he got a big old mansion, pool parties and stuff. He let teenagers have 1,000 kids come over and
what?
I mean,
he's dry
bring 1,000 people.
That's what you call dry snitching.
You letting teenagers come over and bring 1,000? So he's got a house full of teenagers, huh?
But that's what he's saying. I don't know if the Texas Sheriff Department is gonna start clamping down on that or what's going on.
Damn.
Teenagers have.
Maybe that's what he wants, right, Frank? You call it dry snitching. Maybe that's maybe that's what the intent here or something. I don't know.
Cain and Abel.
Cain and Abel. By the way, I talked about on Second Renaissance, there's this Mormon story that some people misconstrued, or maybe that's the way they wanted to show it. I don't know, but they say that Cain, after he murdered his brother, that was the one, right? Cain murdered Abel, right? It wasn't the other way around?
Yep. I'm waiting for the Charlo manifesto.
But apparently Cain became Bigfoot. Because there was one guy who I forget which big figure from the
what?
Yeah, because I forget which big figure from the Jehovah's Witnesses or whatever. I mean, not the Jehovah's Witnesses. I always get them confused. The Mormons, that they say he was walking in the woods one day and this big hairy creature came up to him and it said something about the days of Cain or something like that. So people took that to mean that Cain.
So confirmed. Okay, he's a biblical character. Confirmed. Okay.
There you go. Exactly. Again, in that,
gotcha.
In the,
you know what I love about those stories, BDA? Oh, I'm sorry. Finish yours first.
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily what I'm saying is I don't know if it's biblical Christian canon, but it is part of the Mormon thing there.
Well, now that Bigfoot's part of the story of the Bible, the greatest story ever told.
That is right.
It's funny. It's whenever I hear one of these stories about these Bigfoot creatures, or they're treating them like they're getting so crazy because people make podcasts off it now, so they have to extend the lore. They got to the point where they think they're not just missing links now. People just thought they were big apes that were half evolved into man or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now people say that they're ephemeral creatures that jump between realms, like dimensions.
Yeah,
it's crazy shit like that, and like standing near them will give you radiation poisoning. And I've heard a bunch of stories about these guys. And it's always the same thing, right? Like they come into their house or they follow them into the garage, and it says something crazy like, "Yeah, I'm one of the angels from the Bible. I'm Cain. I killed my brother," and then they're choking the white trash out about to finish them, and they always have this like, "Oh, I just remember as he had me pressed against the wall. That's where I always leave my secret crucifix hidden, in the trap door, the false hole in the wall, and I pulled it out and I stabbed him in the eye and I killed it." Like, they always have some crazy ass way they got out of it. You know what I mean? With one of these creatures that, like I said, jump in between dimensions. But
that's
good.
The interdimensional hypothesis neatly explains why you can never really catch a Bigfoot, but it does sound very, very, very crazy to those that have never heard it before. So yeah, it makes you wonder. It makes you scratch your head, going, "Well, where did that come from?" But anyway, speaking of interdimensional beings, it seems as if Jermall and Jermall are in two different dimensions, because Jermall is saying that Jermall is leading a let's just say he's not on the true path of the Crimson Cross. Let's just put it that way.
He's back in school.
That's right. The booty school.
He went back to school. Yeah.
1,000 kids come over and they all partying at my brother. That's not
peanut
how
butter
I run
and the
and
dogs.
Life. And then what I'm speaking on is something personal, like, and I really don't jump into that, but like his son come to my house and hang with me, and we go to the boxing gym and work out.
Why does he keep tilting his head towards his
son
his
come
right?
to my house and hang with me?
See
MK
that?
Ultra.
Do you think so, or is that just maybe a neck injury or something?
I don't know. Neck injury. You don't want to be tilting your head like that.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Go to the boxing gym and work out. My son come to go over there and hang out with him. He going party and stuff, like having. That's just two different type of guys. So y'all stop trying to run up on me as if I'm not trying to hold it down for our future. You only seen Jermall Charlo in trouble a couple times, and I still bounce back from all of that. And these fights, I lost a couple times. I had a draw, still bounce back. That's what the name of the game is. Life ain't.
I gotta ask though, why was he out of commission for so long after the Canelo? Was he just enjoying the fruits of the Canelo fight, the big money, or because I mean 3 years? It's gonna be
mental illness.
Come on, fool.
I think it was mental illness, wasn't it?
No, when they fight Canelo, bro, it was okay. Part of it was being bug broken on live TV.
Yeah.
Right. And then the other part of it was the life-changing money. He had like enough. Yeah, he had enough to get through like 4 generations of EBT. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That choice of words, the choice of terms there never source. You gotta watch.
So now he's like, hold on, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute.
Now.
Hold on now, wait a minute.
Timothy Bradley.
The money's starting to run out. The money's starting to run out. So
no. I have a hard time believing that the money's right, because he made a very good amount of paydays, I believe. Think about it. Fighting on Showtime. Okay, he wasn't headlining as a pay-per-view star, but he fought on Showtime a whole bunch of times, and then the Canelo payday, that's gotta be good money right there. He seems to have his act together more than his brother, the way he tells it. That's for sure.
Seems like it.
Trying to hold me down.
Are you as of right now? Are you and your brother's relationship? Has it mended, or where is it right now?
Man, I believe it's better to just stay out the way and just like focus on me. You go focus on you. You don't need to, I don't talk. I probably talked to my brother 2 times this year. and that's by choice a little.
That is true though. That if you get someone that's close to you and they're just self-destructing, and you've tried everything you can, and they still refuse to change their ways, there's not much you can do other than get out of the way and hope for the best.
Bit because we just not on the same page with life. I want shit family. Kid, I want to live life. I go fish and I'm at peace. Like your boy at.
All right, we got the gist of it. So there you go. So hopefully,
It doesn't sound like he's at peace, that's for sure.
yeah, man, he sounds like he's very worked up.
Complaining.
Complaining. Payday.
Why you complain so much?
But okay. So here we have another. So that's Jermall Charlo there. Now Berlanga, I played a clip the other day where he was on this podcast and he was talking about Shiraz and once again accusing Shiraz of that fight not being on the level and that Shiraz would be easy work without those advantages. And here he is describing the Canelo fight.
I remember like looking across right before the bell, when they hit the bell, so we could get it on in the first round. He was looking like a boy. That dude, Canelo, wanted to take my head off, man. You know what I'm saying? But I was ready. I was like, let's get it. And you see, we went 12 rounds, and it was like back and forth. You know what I'm saying? He was low blowing me. I was low blowing him back. I was just shit.
He was back.
You can cut this up and make it really funny.
Well, you should do that. You're the master of it.
Yeah.
The idea he had in his head about how the fight was going is a little bit crazy.
I was low blowing him. He was low blowing me.
I was blowing him. What's what?
So I remember watching him fight, and I remember thinking Canelo's, just going through the motions, just trying to be a little careful, but he wasn't really having a hard time with Berlanga. But from what I seen with Berlanga, he was having the fight of his life.
He got it. Canelo's
I could see how he's right there, like, yeah, we would go that 12 round, like he had to be sharp. He hit me, I hit him, like. No, bro, it didn't look like that from the outside looking in. I'm sure it felt like that.
The one thing he did right in that fight is he got in Canelo's head.
Yes.
He didn't take advantage of it.
Well, he couldn't, yeah.
Yeah. He just laid up on the ropes. I mean,
you're the one saying that he was going to knock out Canelo, right, Phil?
Oh.
I said guy, that big young guy who can do it. Just like you saw Dubois knock out AJ. Of course he could. He's a big, strong guy.
Throwing the gauntlet.
He fought like trash. That's the reason why.
I remember, bro. You were saying that you went up and down. He was going to beat him.
I didn't pick him to beat Canelo.
Now I don't know about I forget the Berlanga thing, but I also forget who did you pick, Munguia and Canelo? Because that's the one I forget. Sometimes I get confused.
What do you mean?
I forget. Why are we talking about Canelo right now?
He had Munguia beating Canelo. That's what it is.
All right. Well, I mean, it's not that crazy a pick.
He landed a lot of punches in that fight. I have to go.
He did land. Yeah, but it's okay. Well, anyway, and then check this out because it's not over yet. This one.
Rounds and it was like back and forth. You know what I'm saying? He was low blowing me. I was low blowing him back. I was talking shit to him. You know what I mean? Like it was like it looked like
Why did you notice when he talked about balls? He started cupping the hand. Look at this.
Shit to him. You know what I mean? Like it was like back and forth. You know
see,
what I'm saying?
He starts cupping the hand. Look at that. See that?
Back and forth, you know what I'm saying? He was low blowing me. I was low blowing him back.
Look at that when he's talking about low blows. He's got the hand up.
He puts his hand like he's carrying, like he's cradling balls in his hand. That's
like he's tickling the balls or something. Yeah, what the fuck?
He's doing it. He's doing it.
And look at his face. He looks so satisfied.
He's excited. He's excited a little bit.
A little bit.
Shit to him. You know what I mean? Like it was like it looked like
balls in my hand.
Yo, he's balls.
I had his ginger balls.
He's like, I felt Canelo's balls. They were big, son.
They were soft. They were soft balls.
I hit his balls. I did. He tickled my hand a little bit.
Oh man,
it looked like that shit looked like it was like Kobe versus Michael Jordan or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it was that type of shit.
It was a movie scene.
I was talking shit to him in the ring. He was talking shit back to me. You know what I mean? Remember he walked off on me. I hooked him. Boom! I'm telling him the. Mama Dumbicho, I was telling him in Spanish and shit, but it was a crazy.
I like how the hosts don't push back at all. At least just stay silent.
Starstruck. That's the.
There's like
Berlanga was starstruck in there. That's one of his biggest problems. You don't do that.
So when I dropped Canelo, and they just like because I mean this guy.
I looked him in his eye and then I hit him in his nuts.
Because this guy could have just stayed silent, but the fact that he goes, "Oh yeah, it was like a movie." It's like, well, which movie? Passion of the Christ?
like that shit looked like it was like Kobe versus Michael Jordan or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it was that type of shit.
It was a movie scene.
It was a movie scene. But
Berlanga's the new Kobe. Oh shit! No, you don't. Do that. Definitely want to be the new Kobe. That's a terrible thing to be.
Well, man, if you're gonna go on a little trip there with other people, yeah, in the air, if you know what I mean. By the way,
no. I mean earlier in his career, you know what he did.
Oh, in Colorado, you're talking about?
Yeah.
People bring that up on Twitter, and his fans don't like it. They're like, no, but he was found not guilty, and it's like, all right, take it easy.
Well, I know someone said that doesn't define him. What defines him? Dunking a ball.
Exactly. Yeah, throwing a ball into a basket for a couple of times. That's
he dunked a lot more than just.
Well, we got to be careful though, Fu, because we can say a lot of things here, but if we don't start talking shit about certain athletes, oh well, it was on. How dare you?
Oh, how dare you, Kobe? He's just a rapist.
Come on.
He's just a.
There you go.
There you go. Right.
No.
But
put in your.
Hey, wait a minute. You guys are making me work hard this one.
He's a piece of shit. There you go. Perfect.
No, you got it in though. I didn't get it in on time. Anyway, listen.
Oh, let's try it again. One, two, three. He's a shit.
There you go.
Okay. Got it.
No, actually, you still slipped it in at the end there. Anyway, listen. The point is,
I got a little bit, just a little bit.
You got the tip in. But listen.
Oh.
But a couple of hours ago, Mike Coppinger went on Twitter and said that according to him, negotiations between Stevenson, that's Shakur Stevenson, and Devin Haney are proceeding well. Well, 2 hours ago, or rather 55 minutes before we went live on the air, so yeah, it's about 3 hours ago, Shakur Stevenson came out and said, I know fans like to get excited and they could play with y'all heads and manipulate y'all easily, but that rumor is capped, he says, for the second time. I haven't heard one word about that. I don't know what they're trying to cover up or disguise, but for me and my team, we haven't heard shit. All right, so.
Oh, nice.
See, I can do it when I do it. I can, because otherwise.
Good timing.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's coming. That's why.
What?
Yeah.
The N word.
Oh yeah, all kinds of words. Four-letter ones. You know when the 4-letter words coming.
But then somebody said that. Oh no, that's not it. Hold on. Anyway, yeah. So that's what Shakur Stevens had to say, and as per whatchamacallit, Mike Coppinger said that the negotiations were ongoing, but that the size, the division, the weight division was a stumbling block in negotiations. And this guy on Twitter posted, he said, look at this, he says, Teofimo is moving to 147 now. Shakur is bigger than Teo, but he's scared to move to 147. So who's the weight bully?
100% true.
He's
a fraud. He wants to drain a Haney out. And the reason is, I think Haney is going to beat him if they do fight. And he knows that. That's why he wants to drain him out.
Whoa, rewind. You're saying Haney, you're picking Haney to beat?
I would pick Haney to beat him, yeah.
Break that down for us, please.
I think he's going to do the badoink. He's going to do badoinks. He's better at mixing up badoinks with actual. I mean, even though he's not a puncher, he's a far better puncher than Shakur is. He got more agility. He leaps in and out. He works the body a lot. He does a lot.
Okay.
And Bill Haney, I saw an interview with Bill Haney, was talking about this fight. And he said that this guy's nowhere near Lomachenko. Like, he's not even close. So if this guy can go and hang for 12 rounds with Lomachenko, even though I don't think he beat Lomachenko, but I think this Shakur is not even close to the level of Lomachenko. So those body shots that Haney was landing on Loma, that same shit's going to land on this guy. Sorry.
But
that same beep.
But I got to push back a little bit here, a little bit, because
it's fine.
You're starting to. It starts to the way you were describing the fight started to sound a little bit too much like he got more footwork, more speed, more power.
He's very similar. He's very similar to Shakur, but he does both, right? He could be a bitch and land a badoink, right? He could do that, but he also can get that dog, right? And even you look at the Ryan fight. Look,
you think Haney's got that dog? Is that what you're saying?
He does. He has badoink dog, but he doesn't have the dog. Shakur, he's got more dog in him than Shakur does. He could do both. He could do the Shakur and he could do the dog.
He's like a
pillow-fisted dog. Right? He did it versus Brian Norman. I think Brian Norman's got a better chin than Shakur, right? And he's a stronger guy too. He's a big, strong guy, and he dropped him once, and then he did a badoink style right after.
But we're talking about outboxing somebody, not knocking him out.
I mean, Haney. Well, that's what I mean. Like, he can do Shakur against Shakur. He can do the same thing. The badoink jabs and all that stuff. Same thing. So
look,
I would pick him.
I look at Shakur Stevenson and I look at a guy who can do more things. Like, for example, when he fought Cepeda, Cepeda was having more success early on than he did later on, although he always stuck to Shakur's ass. But Stevenson did sort of nullify a little bit of that body work, not the body work, but a lot of the offense by taking the side stance more. So he made that type of adjustment. Haney's adjustments basically boil down to, I can't really keep up with this guy, let me clinch. Those are his adjustments, clinching and wrestling.
But Doink can grab, and keep in mind, I'm pretty sure they want Haney to win that fight. If that fight is made,
who wants him to win?
He's going to be A-side, because this is going to be with Turkey. They want this guy to fight Ryan Garcia. So I think Haney's going to be the A-side in that fight. I think Shakur is actually like he takes the cake. He's way more boring than Haney is. Even more boring, which is crazy to say.
Wait. You're saying Shakur Stevenson is more boring than Haney?
Yeah, I think he's even more boring. He's terrible. Like, if this fight happens, it wouldn't shock me if Shakur's running away from pillow-fisted Devin Haney.
But let me just break that down. Let me just get this straight, because help me out here. Help me understand. So you're saying that you prefer that, because Haney, in his best performances, like against Linares and against Cambosos, it's pretty much one-punch clinch.
Yep.
You're saying you find that more entertaining than when Shakur Stevenson, for example, against
Hartounian. I think they're both garbage, but I think Haney's just a little more excited. Because, I mean, look at the way he fought Ryan, right? He came in, he was aggressive. Even with the way he fought Loma, he was aggressive. He came in, and he was trying to bust him up with shots. Even though he lost, he still came in aggressive.
I think he let his hands go more because he didn't really have a choice. That's number one, not because he chose to. I think he had no choice but to let his hands go out of self-preservation. But even then,
yeah, I guess.
Even then, against Ryan Garcia, he was doing a lot of clinching in that one too, and I just can't stand the clinching. Maybe that's my problem.
But I mean, at least he throws actual punches. You know, he try, even though he can't punch, he tries to punch. He throws hard punches with the leverage and all. Shakur's just a little touch and run. Like, I can't stand the guy. Just can't stand.
One thing for
I
sure,
think Haney's better. Haney's got a better resume. He's fought better guys.
If you like knockdowns, I suppose, Shakur Stevenson can't knock down anybody. Whereas at least Haney dropped Prograis and Norman. But let's see what people in the chat are saying. First of all, shout out to Rafael Garza for his contribution with the super chat. Shout out to Rafael Garza, who says, "The hell? Why isn't it showing up? Hold on." He says, "I would let Yocasta Valle low blow me." Yocasta Valle. I gotta Google her. Yocasta. Do you know who she is?
Yeah, she's a fighter. Only with an open mouth. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Well, that's
she fought Sanicia Estrada, right? Isn't that who she fought?
Yeah. Her and her sister are very pretty.
They are pretty fine. Better than Alicia.
I think he's brought her up before Rafael Garza. Yeah, that's her.
How dare you? The only people that get objectified on this show are men.
There you go.
Speak for yourself.
Exactly. What the hell are you talking about? But hold on a second. Okay, so some people, all right, but I gotta give you what people are saying here. Some people are saying, Mohammed Hard Bruce Lee says he wouldn't watch it. Byron Nivola says Food TV is talking foolish.
As always.
Skull Kid says,
yeah, as always. My predictions. I've had such amazing predictions. I literally call out the round sometimes.
Skull Kid said Haney dog Rolly Romero and Shakur dog Didi oil cap his pants Devin Haney. Exponer says I think Shakur wins.
Battle hardened.
HSJ says Food TV wrong again. But
oh my God, these guys loving the fucking Shakur Badoinks.
Yo,
who that guy?
I just found a picture. I just found a picture of the Zayas sisters with the CEO of MVP. And tell me this doesn't look like some weird casting couch. Like, I don't know, bro. Just look at this photo and tell me if they look comfortable or like, does this look like a boxing promotion kind of thing to you?
Whoa, is that AI or is that an actual photograph?
Is that an Epstein visit?
That's the guy that the MVP promotions guy, right?
Yeah, the CEO for MVP. Yeah.
And why is he wearing?
Like a villain, like he looks like one of the guys that Arnold Schwarzenegger would shoot a rocket at.
Look how uncomfortable those two women look.
Oh, let me show it on screen.
He looks like a passport bro.
He looks like he
He's
kidnapped
definitely
him.
a passport bro right there.
Why does he look like he's a clown on the weekends?
Well, his shoes. Yeah, look at his shoes.
Ice cream shoes. Look at his. Yeah.
Why is he wearing 15-year-old shoes? Look at that.
Doink the clown. Those pants are a little too tight. Just gotta say.
That's at least 40-something-year-old man. He's and look at it. Look at how he's grabbing this one. The one on the left. The woman on the left is the one that looks the most uncomfortable. And
look at stiff and uncomfortable.
They look really uncomfortable.
And look at how he's got his hand open on her. It's almost as if like I know you're the problem. Like this one on the right, she knows her place, but you gonna have to break you in a little bit more, darling.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some.
But look at what she's wearing.
Overtime
you
with
see,
you.
like, look at that. She's wearing like a lingerie.
Overtime.
She got like a lingerie thing going on.
Yeah, what is that? What is that?
Maybe she's gonna do a lingerie MMA after this.
I don't know. I don't like the look of that. I think maybe ICE or immigration and customs should look into. I don't know, some sort of a human trafficking thing going on. I don't know. What is it?
Oh yeah, that's what it looks like. It's fucking disgusting. Sorry.
I mean, I don't know what's going on here, man. But that's a good find.
Is that
there.
Veronica?
Well, that's a good find there, Sobers. Look at that. Yeah, that is. It's almost as if this was on video. I bet you one of them would be blinking SOS, Morse code SOS.
With one blinking one eye.
Exactly. Pink eye.
Oh man.
All right, well, listen.
Oh my God, what was that?
I don't know who's playing that. But anyway, listen, shout out to everybody who's out there. Don't forget to hit the like. It really helps us out. Oh, another piece of news here. Another little tidbit. And I don't know how real this is. I really don't know how real this is. But take it with a grain of salt. Kid Schofield, a.k.a. Kid Austin, or Floyd Schofield, rather, a.k.a. Kid Austin, has just come out and said, we may be fighting Tank in July or /August. God is so good. What do you guys think? Schofield versus Tank Davis? Is that realistic? Is that possible? And how does that one go?
I'd pick Schofield to beat him.
You're very high on Schofield, aren't you? Because you picked him to beat Stevenson too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure he was going to.
Yeah, I would.
And he knows he was going to lose that fight. That guy.
He might have gave Shakur Stevenson some problems. He was trying to. It almost seemed like a cherry pick, right? Just like the same way that you see Keyshawn Davis trying to fight Abdullah Mason. Someone who could potentially give him problems later on, but you're trying to catch him when he's, in the infancy of his career-wise to the prospect, and you're at the world level. Like, what are you doing against a prospect?
He signed off on that thing, remember? And then Shakur said that, my whole team.
Yeah. They told all my people told me not to take this fight, right? So I was thinking that maybe that's why Stevenson was trying to get at Schofield, but I did give Schofield a chance to really hurt him because we know Shakur Stevenson's kind of bitch made, and if someone can match his speed and hit harder than him, AKA De Los Santos, you'll give this guy a lot of issues. You'll make him look Nakatila. Nakatila, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Well,
that look, Zepeda pressed his ass up on the ropes. So you think Schofield?
I will give Schofield a chance just off the fact that Gervonta Davis. I don't know how much protection he's going to have left in boxing. Right, he's getting around that point where he's about to be hung out to dry, kind of like Floyd is very soon. And Schofield's just young and he's in shape and he's fighting more often, right? So this dude at what time that at what point is this dude who never really took care of himself between boxing? He's getting older now and he's already small for the weight class. At what point does his power not bail him out, or he starts being as fast and other guys really start matching his speed like Lamont Roach, right? What happens when they match his speed and you can't knock him out in one punch? He gets scared. I seen it in his eyes when he fought Lamont Roach. He hit him with basically a knockout punch.
Masonic.
Oh yeah, he's saying they're gonna be right here.
My son is the tank killer.
They're gonna be right here, right where his hands are at.
It looks like
My son's got this.
It looks like a human trafficking auction. Look at this. They're on top of some cardboard boxes.
It probably is.
Right.
Look at the hands, the hand sign he's doing. It's like some Masonic shit.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah,
it
really
really
is a
is.
different kind of sign.
If
this is like the movie Taken.
Yeah,
remember
it's
at the end
disgusting.
of Taken?
Yeah, you could tell that's some weird shit going on there.
Remember at the movie Taken at the end, there's like the guy's trying to find his daughter, and there's some guys pressing a button there, like bidding.
That
Pretty
dude
much
stinks, right?
Well, yeah, but like Lanesbury said in the chat, I think Gervonta Davis. I think Davis has peaked, right? So I don't think he's. Yeah, I think someone like Schofield.
He's on the down slope, right? He's like. He's just not active enough. He's like that dude. Just doesn't even want to box anymore. He just does it for money.
But I wanted to say something. You were talking about Kid Schofield. Kid Schofield is very quick, and the way he took out Tevin Farmer, I mean, it makes you got it. So what it says about him is you got to mind your P's and Q's around that dude, because if you just go in there,
I remember I told people, I say he's going to knock him out in the first round. Watch, and that's exactly what he did.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's true, because you did pick, again, people are shitting on you a little bit, but you did pick Ryan Garcia to beat Devin Haney. I like to toot my horn sometimes. I go, oh, I knew he was gonna give him more trouble than people expected, but I didn't pick Ryan Garcia to win. You did. So if people wanna go at you,
a lot of people also said that Roach was gonna beat Pitbull Cruz, and I told them this guy's gonna beat. A lot of people picked Roach, and Pitbull got. I picked Pitbull always. I say he's gonna beat him up. He's gonna drop him and everything, and he did exactly that, and then he got robbed. People really were high on Roach. They were like, he's gonna destroy him. Did he look? It didn't look like he destroyed him to me.
Well, that's the rumor they're going on about Schofield.
It's a good fight.
I mean, it's only Kid Schofield saying it, by the way. There's no other reports indicating that.
Of course. I mean, it's a good fight. I mean, people would pay good money to watch that. It's a good matchup. I think that's one to pay for, right?
Well,
to me, Schofield to me is like a harder punching version of Sean Porter.
Really?
He's almost identical to Sean Porter in style. Yeah. Athletic guy, workhorse. Dad is extremely gay, and I think he makes up for it. You know, he's very manly, sort of.
Well, you know, we've been trying to push here. I think we've been trying to get people to remember that we do have the BDA Ultra program here, which is a deprogramming from the brainwashing that people have had. And let's not forget that we have a lot of work to do because Kid Schofield's father, Kid Austin, right? I keep calling him Kid Schofield. Kid Austin's father hypnotizes him. He said it multiple times. He even brings up some weird story, apocryphal story of when Jesus was with Judas, he hypnotized Judas. Because Judas say, I ain't gonna betray your ass. And so Jesus had to hypnotize him. I was like, what is he talking about? So he's using some sort of obscure biblical story to justify his MK Ultra tactics. And I don't know how I feel about that. I think Kid Austin should come to us, and somebody should get in contact with him and get him to us here so we can deprogram him. Because there's some.
I think it's working for him. I think it's working for him. Hopefully, it doesn't end up like Mike Tyson. You know, where he's wearing the, jock strap.
Oh, okay. You think there was something that you think that was part of the MVP there thing?
Oh
there?
yeah. What the hell was that about?
Hey, speaking of real quick, Schofield. Some people don't really believe that this is going to happen. In fact, somebody posted this on the comment section of that tweet. They said, "You better not pull out at the last minute," and they put him there. Look at him.
And who was that wrote that?
Ray, I don't know who that is. It's some dude on Twitter. I think it's a dude.
It says he ends with IQ. He's got an IQ.
Ray DV with the IQ. Whatever. I don't know what the hell.
DV. He should have put D4. No, that's not going to happen. I think that guy might actually bully Tank Davis and beat the living beep out of him. Yep. Very athletic guy. He's basically what Tank Davis should be, right?
Right.
Tank Davis. It's sort of like a way better version of like he's gonna do what Rolly did, but to a much higher level, right? Rolly just kind of walked straight in. That's why he ate that shot. But I mean, look, Rolly could beat you like every round. Why couldn't Kid Austin beat you up?
You know what? That's a good point. You guys know I've never really been that high on Tank Davis' skill set. Very incomplete, very inconsistent. But I do think about Schofield, and I go, well, who has he beaten? Tevin Farmer, it's impressive. It's very hard to criticize a one-round stoppage because it's about as impressive as it gets, but it doesn't really let you know much about whether a guy can adjust or whatever. And I can't shake the image in my mind of René Tellez-Giron, little midget guy, hurting Kid Austin to the point where Kid Austin went to his corner and they didn't have the stool on it. He actually he almost fell. His ass almost fell into the ground because he didn't know that the stool wasn't there. Nobody told him, so he was all fucked up head wise. So if
he's a young fighter too, right? Young guy, very very aggressive, coming straight in,
very naive.
And he said that he said that guy punched like a truck. He said that's one of the hardest punches he ever faced.
Kid Austin is very naive. He's the type of guy that if he gets off the bus in a big city and you see that guy from MVP there with the signs, he comes in with his car, with his Cadillac, like, hey, you lost?
This looks like a Sprinter van. I've never been in one of these.
This is what it's turning into.
The windows are all boarded up.
He jumps into the backseat of the Chicago Ripper crew.
What's your name? D4.
What's your name? Lube? What? No, but yeah.
I'll say about Giron BDA. He is like one of these guys that they use to test young guys. He's a little guy. He's little. He doesn't look impressive, but he knocked the shit out of Carlos Valderas and a couple other dudes.
Well,
he'll knock a prospect off if they're not ready.
He's good. I think
he recently fought. He recently fought on Pro Box and pulled off an upset, I believe. But I mean, if Kid Austin's, it's one thing to Hiron is tough, but so is Tank Davis. I mean, I know I downgrade his ring generalship and all that, but it's a whole step above Hiron. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kid Austin might have the one-hitter quitter.
What
That's
if he
the
gets
difference.
his ass like he got all crazy eyes?
Rolly.
Kevin Farmer.
Yeah, so that's what I think might happen, because the difference is that this guy can freaking punch, and he puts a pace on you. Puts a pace, and you got the one-hitter quitter.
That's
If he
true.
hits Tank on the button, you might put him out. Keep in mind, this guy's hungry. He's a real hungry fighter.
Well, that begs the
He
question,
comes in there
Fu.
to destroy you.
That begs the question: what's the upside here for Tank Davis? Why is he taking on a guy who's largely unproven?
I mean, there's just money in it. Like, his style is exciting. I think that's really what it is. Tank probably thinks, oh, I can catch him coming in like Rolly. Maybe that's what he thinks. And I give him full respect for that, because look, these guys, they don't want to admit it, but a lot of guys are ducking that guy. They don't want to be anywhere near that Kid Austin guy.
Really?
They don't. They don't want to fight. Shakur definitely didn't want to fight him. He'll lie all day. He moved up in weight because those guys were hunting him. They were going to fight him. He didn't want to fight him.
You're
like,
saying
hey, just go up and wait and fight these smaller guys. Fight Zepeda, with the all that kind of stuff. The weaker
these
hands.
guys are swerving Kid Austin.
Definitely.
Interesting
When you
take.
hear his dad, my son will kill you. They're like, oh my God, I'm scared.
Yeah, you know what? I'd
I'm
be
outta here.
scared. I'd be scared too.
I
man.
would too.
What's up? What's up? What's going on, y'all? Peace, God. Peace, Earths. I hope y'all all having a grand rising.
Peace.
I could say I told
You know what? That's the
What's
thing.
up?
Instead of saying good morning, I'm gonna start saying like, I hope everyone had a good rising, a grand rising. Sounds like some sort of a sun cult type thing going on. We're
Sounds
here
like
to venerate the sun.
sequel to Event Horizon.
Yeah, man. I mean, where we're going, you won't need eyes, man. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting to say. But
I love that movie, but you know what that means? That comes from Grand Rising video.
where does that come from?
All right, so back in those slaving days,
Oh boy, here we go.
right? Back in the slaving times,
Mm-hmm.
it was supposedly used as a way to mock African Americans. Well, they weren't African American, right? They were slaves. They're just African slaves at the time,
Uh-huh.
right? No, for real, because they're saying they would tell them, hey, what's a mourning, right? You're mourning something. What's that?
Oh,
The etymology, where they break down the words, the
Yeah,
meaning.
the
So
origin,
you're
yeah.
mourning, right? And they would tell them, hey, what were you finished doing last night? You're mourning the buck breaking of your family members, the oppression and the abuse and the violations of your people, right? So they're saying, oh, did you have a good morning last night? That's what it supposedly meant. That's where it's rooted in actual hate.
So they don't.
to
So they
combat
don't.
that, they say it's a grand rising.
Uh-huh.
They call it spelling, because you're casting a spell.
And I'm not playing with what I'm saying right now.
I know.
But reality's blind wig smothers the afros of our souls.
I mean, yeah, that sounds like some shadow band type of thing. There, like what does dream stand for? Delving deeper into some sort of weird thing. That's what they always says, right? That's some shadow band stuff right there too, man. And that I didn't know that, man. I didn't know that. I remember you told me about the morning thing. Now I remember the morning thing, but I didn't know that that's why they said that was the whatchamacallit, what they substituted with the substitution, the grand rising, grand rising.
Yeah,
I mean,
if
come on,
you're
man.
telling people grand rising is like very wiggerish behavior.
Mhm. Well,
Like, it kept me. Like the same. You see with those guys that were those people that were on their knees kissing the those black Israelites their boots and shit, and like
Mhm.
apologizing for all the sins of white people.
right.
That's how you look if you start saying grand rising.
Uh-huh. Well, speaking of bad looks, though, we got two more stories to delve into here. Okay, so I don't have an Instagram account, so I can't play this, but check this out real quick. This is shout out to Revolution for sending me this. This is two. Look at these dudes. These dudes are in a pool, horsing around. Look at this. Check this out. Hold on. They're trying to they're horsing around. They're very skimpily, they're like scantily clad there, wearing their speedos. A lot of men play there. Hold on a second. And then hold on. There was, I think, in the beginning. It's look at it. He's trying to pull his trunks off. They're all laughing. Isn't that funny? I'm trying to get you naked there. And why is this pertinent to boxing? Why am I showing you this? Well, Revolucion. By the way, I know what Revolucion was watching too. We got to get to him too a little bit. But he found somebody commenting there, and I don't know if you guys can see it there. Who is that commenting there?
Oh, whoa.
Tevin, for those of you who are just listening and not watching, Tevin Farmer.
This ish looks fun.
And he's saying this ish, which is obviously a term for He's saying this looks fun. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if L'Evolution is playing with me because, again, I don't know if this is AI reconstruction, Photoshop, whatever.
That's
but
kind of crazy, bro.
do you think maybe because he doesn't really see properly, Tevin Farmer, and maybe he thinks they're women?
Well,
or something?
no, I think it's because his ability to look in every direction with both eyes is why he would have an advantage in a situation like that. You're not going to sneak up on. You're not going to flank him on either side. He'll see you coming from whichever side.
but that can be real. He can have been commenting. And again,
it looks fun. Little mermaids in the water. And
I'm like a little fish.
Merman.
I'm a fish in there.
Look, they're like reaching in each other's crotches.
This
Like,
looks
and
fun.
that one dude has the gay mustache from the 1980s, from the
Tom Selleck.
Yeah, that like, oh, where are you going later? Oh, we're gonna go hang out at the mine shaft later on. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's like the volleyball scene in Top Gun.
A little bit, right? Although that was a little less compared to this. This is less gay. I mean, that's less gay. Look at this.
Well, yeah, I would say.
And why would Tevin Farmer? Again, I don't believe this. L'Evolution, if you have the time, jump in here and explain yourself. Because A, you got to explain what the hell this means and whether you doctored it. And B, how did you find this? That's what I'm interested in too. Yeah. I am not interested at all in how or where you would look for this type of stuff in real life, by the way. And I'm not looking for a pool or anything like that where this type of hijinks occur. No, sorry, Bob. Mr. BDA doesn't go for that type of stuff. Oh, L'Evolution is in the chat and he's saying, I swear it's his account. Well, you should swear, first of all, that's number one. And then he says, what's he saying? He says, I swear it's his account. They're playing underwater football. Yeah, right. They're playing with each other's balls.
Yeah, what the hell is underwater football?
He says,
how do you explain that to somebody?
I don't think you can, Frank. And then L'Evolution says, this is 100% true and it's his account. I don't know why this came up in my feed. I went right to the comments to see people making fun of it, and Tevin is there loving it. All right. Well, maybe it's some sort of, I don't know how the Instagram algorithms work. Maybe it's something that's going viral or something, and he just happened to find Tevin Farmer there. But I'll be right back. I got to go to the latrines. I'm going to invite L'Evolution so he can explain further this because he's looking bad too a little bit. So I'm going to invite L'Evolution, and I got to go to latrines, and then we got a couple of more things to talk about. I'll be right back. You guys take over, please.
Hide the banana. That's what they're playing. Hide the banana. Matador said that.
All right. I don't know if Butch is here. If you guys want to.
Can I say so? Is it controversial? But is that just a white boy thing? Sobers would know, right? Can you help me?
I'll be right back.
Is that just some white boy shit? Nobody knows.
White boys like,
yo, y'all hear me?
No, I mean, but you know what I mean. Like white boys hike and they skydive. You know, like that's just something like. Would you see a bunch of
swimming? I mean, it's definitely not something that you see black people doing like that.
Well, like no, playing underwater football. Like let's say that's what it is.
No, I mean just them in the water in general. Yeah, you don't see it.
Yeah, that seems like a white boy summer thing. Just saying. I've never done that with my friends.
Yeah. The same way they have what's that? The one that was bunny hopping, playing tennis with that billionaire. What was it? Meek Mill.
I haven't seen that.
They have him doing some weird shit where they have him playing tennis, and he lost the game, and he's like, "Do the fucking jumps, do the jumps," and he's like jumping like a little rabbit, like it's crazy. You know, these people just
weird.
do these like humiliation rituals. Maybe that's what Tevin Farmer wants. He wants to get humiliated.
I don't know, man. You got to be careful because people will see that shit.
I just got back. What was L'Evolution's explanation for this, and does it hold up against scrutiny?
What?
I just got back, so did L'Evolution explain himself, or because he's on the panel?
Oh no, he hasn't even started talking yet.
L'Evolution, we need an explanation. L'Evolution, I know you're there, man. I know you're prepping your case here, probably, but I'm on your case. That's what I'm talking about, and not like those guys in the pool there. I'm talking figuratively here. All right. Well, listen.
Yeah. See. Yeah. Casamigo said they're all named Tyler, Grant, or Chad. He gets it.
Fuck you, Taylor. No, fuck you, Hunter.
No, because look, I'll say this, man. I understand that some people could look at like we were talking about earlier. See, we're watching a video of Berlanga, and then we start making fun of, he's talking about balls and he's cupping his hand, he's cupping balls. Some people could maybe look at that type of humor and go, that's fucking stupid, childish.
Yo.
That's stupid and childish.
Yo,
but
yo.
But hold on, Robusion. It's one thing to just make fun of that. It's another thing to get inside a pool, scantily clad, playing grab ass with a bunch of grown men. There's something wrong there. But okay, shout out Robusion is here. Robusion.
What's going on? Can y'all hear me clear?
We can hear you, man, loud and clear.
All right. So I was just on Instagram, just scrolling, and I know this is going to be the cliche. I just swear that it just came up in my feed.
Right.
What the fuck is this? So I fucking go to the comments because people are going to be trashing comments, making fun of it. So, boom! I fucking start scrolling, and it's Farmer 22. I'm like, this be. I fucking click. I swear to God, it's.
Bullshit.
Well, I mean, I gotta tell you, it can happen. It can happen, but I'm telling you, why would he say again? I gotta put it up on the screen. Why would he say this sheds looks hella fun? I mean, he's really into it.
They're like, if you watch, they're like passing around some fucking like underwater Nerf football or some. Somebody said in the comments like, "Oh, they're playing past the butt plug."
Oh, but maybe that's what it is, right? Maybe it's like some sort of because I've read, and I don't know, this sounds like an urban legend because I don't think they're that crazy, but that there's this thing in the gay underground which is very different from the typical underground, by the way. But there's this thing in the gay underground where they call it it's like Russian roulette but with AIDS. In other words, they have orgies where one guy has AIDS.
Oh my!
And then they're all like, "Oh, I hope I don't get it," and that gets them excited sexually. Over that, but I don't know. That sounds like an urban legend. Nobody can be that crazy.
Sounds like bug chase. I heard a bug.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Do they all put their heads on like a baseball bat and do a bunch of twirls, and they have to pick someone? And
well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe this type of shenanigans is what we're seeing here. Like, hey, whoever wins or whoever loses this one, he's the receiver, if you know what I mean. And maybe that's the way they play. I don't know. I don't know what goes on in that type of community, but. I will say this: I know what goes on in this type of community, and shout out to L'Evolution for finding that. Now, it's still a little suspicious here. I don't think you're gonna get over it from one day to the next, L'Evolution, but it was worth
After
it.
I sent it in, I was like, "This is not gonna turn out good for me either. I'm gonna catch a stray."
You know
I
what?
was like, it's real and it's worth it.
You jumped on the grenade, so shout out to you, man. Not everybody would do. I don't know. I don't think I would have done it. To tell you the truth, I don't think I would have had.
No, you would have kept it secret and just bookmarked it
and looked and looked up the directions on Google Maps. Like, where can I go for that? But shout out to you for that. And another piece of news that I wanted to talk about here is they just announced Anthony Joshua, his next fight. So because he does need a tune-up for the type. First of all, they come out and Turkey Al-Ashik comes out and says Anthony Joshua's next opponent, Christian Mbili. And it's like, what? Christian Mbili? So evidently he made that was a typo. But so then he's announcing, it's on, the fight we've all been waiting for. Joshua versus Fury. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah, it's a big fight, but let's hold on the hyperbole here. It's a fight we've all been waiting for. And then they posted it there on the whatchamacallit, the fuck, what do they call it? The marquee there. They goes like, oh yeah, done deal. I'm thinking, come on, is that really that big a deal that they made the fight here? Done deal. But then apparently this guy, AJ, needs a tune-up. So they're thinking, okay, they're gonna give him a little tune-up. That's fine. It's against some 33-year-old Armenian kickboxer apparently. Ludi Bella said nobody really knows who this guy is, and it's outrageous matchmaking. But then, of course, AJ has a lot of fans, just like Tyson Fury has his fans. But AJ has his set of fans, and this dude had this to say. And if you think I'm stalling here a little bit, it's because I was looking for the tweet here. Okay, here we go. This guy says, people, and look at him. He's doing, I don't know if that's him, but he's doing the thing there, the MVP guy, the same sign there, or similar. But this guy goes, people slating AJ's return like he didn't have one of the most traumatic experiences of his life only a few months ago. We should be appreciative and commend that he's even coming back into the boxing ring, regardless of who he's fighting. Credit to him. I'm thinking, wait a minute. How long are we going to keep bringing this up about the accident, right? Which, by the way, I don't know if can somebody
It was a couple of months ago. I mean, it wasn't that long ago.
but can somebody confirm that was he really out clubbing afterwards after that accident?
I heard he was at the Gothic Castle. Not to be mixed up with the Gothic Asshole.
No, I'm serious. Didn't people say that he was out there partying or something?
I don't know. I mean, he
Good,
looked to
get
beat
back
up
out
about
there.
it. He released a video talking about it, and he didn't seem too, I don't know.
Get out there, have fun. Well, you just had some dramatic shit. Try to bounce back. Not at home, fucking all depressed.
Right. And then other people are defending him. Somebody says, yeah, LOL, they want him to go straight into the Fury fight with no warm-up as well. Ridiculous. Somebody said, why not give Dylan White a beating?
No, I think Joshua was getting a tune-up fight.
Yeah, we knew, but that's the thing. We knew he was getting a tune-up fight, but we didn't know it was going to be this bad. And then somebody said that they're defending him in the chat. Like, yeah, like you're saying it like he's... I mean, he could have fought better fighters, but people expect him to jump straight with Fury or tune-up, have some big name after that accident, are mad. Another guy goes, nobody... hold on. People always complain. Louis' AJ resume is stacked. I think all but the idiots amongst us appreciate and sympathize that AJ had a traumatic experience, but you'd have to be idiotic to be pleased with... Okay, no, this guy's actually criticizing. Yeah.
Traumatic experience, man. I mean, he was, in that ring with Logan Paul, bro. Logan Paul trying to...
Almost
Jake
took
Paul,
his head
my
off,
bad.
yeah.
Jake Paul trying to
almost
suck
took
his
his head
dick
off a
all
couple
night,
times.
dropped knees. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and so the AJ fans are, sometimes they treat him like with kids' gloves. It's like you can never criticize AJ. It's almost like, well, I want to get to that. I'm going to get to that. But somebody says, I mean, he could have fought better fighters, but people expect. Okay, no, that I already read it. Somebody goes, you're saying it
I
like
don't know, BDA. When people lose someone in the family, whatever, they don't get 6-10 months off, a year off their job. They still got to go to work. So what the fuck?
Yeah, that's a good point there too. That's a good point. And somebody said, you're saying it like he's doing us a favor, LOL. Yeah, like we should be appreciative and blah, blah. He lives his life and we live ours, judging the viewing product delivered to us. And this fight is poor. Yeah, look, it's like with Usyk. I can understand why he's doing it because, look, my friend, I want to do what I want to do for the first time, and okay, fine. But can we all agree that it's a shit matchup, fighting a fucking kickboxer? It's the same thing here with Joshua. It's a shit matchup. Whether he went to and they keep bringing up the traumatic life experience. And then this dude, and I don't know if this is true or not, but this guy goes, look around him, talking about Joshua. He has sacked every person. Look at all his childhood friends that grew up with him. He has broken all relationships with the closest of closest. No one exists anymore. Joshua isn't in the right frame of mind at all. Eddie is milking the cow dry. I don't know.
He is.
You think so?
I mean, he's coming back pretty quick off of that car accident. I mean, the guy's like not even a year, right?
But what exactly happened? I understand his friends died. I'm not trying to minimize that.
He got into a car. He was in a car accident.
Well, I heard there's a lot of anal fissures. I don't know what else.
Ah, come on. What the fuck?
Miller Crawford, he's more active off a car accident.
No, but that is a good point though, fool. Because right, saying like if you did come off a car accident, you don't know exactly how bad the damage could have been. Maybe he should take at least a year off because sometimes stuff pops up, months later.
Yeah, but that Fury came out of nowhere, right? Fury's like, "I'm back, baby."
Why does he sound like Pee Wee Herman? Why does he sound like Pee Wee Herman?
You does that?
The fuck is that?
Well, I was thinking about this earlier, actually, with the timing of Tyson Fury's call out.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't really thought about the car accident that much. Fury should have hit up AJ and they should have coordinated that shit. It should have been looked at like a promotional. We're working together to build the fight, and not like I'm calling you out. Not a time to fucking call somebody out live.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think that's just a little bit fucking disrespectful. Kind of almost trying to get a little bit of an upper hand. Like, oh, AJ, he might be reeling. Let's call him out.
He waited him out. That's what he waited him out.
Try to make him look bad, right?
Yeah,
or he doesn't jump up and get in the ring and just bite on it.
Get in here! You've been ducking me for 10 years.
It's like when you guys
they should have came to him, been like, "Hey, do you want to promote this? Do you want to fucking get in the ring?" Checked it out,
Well, it's like when
after the fight, what they could have done that would have been really crazy was all the lights go out. They play the Undertaker music, and fucking AJ's behind him. He smacks him with a steel chair, and the fight's on, bro.
He hits him with a water bottle. And he's still got that stupid earpiece in his ear.
Yeah, but yeah, so I mean, look, AJ, I sympathize with the whole thing, but I suspect that's gonna be that the whole thing now. If Fury beats him, I guarantee you the AJ fans are going. And by the way, the Fury fans are just as bad, if not a little bit worse. But what I'm saying is, you gotta know that if Fury loses, there's gonna be some excuses, or he's not gonna admit that he lost because Fury apparently in his mind he's undefeated. And if Joshua loses, his fans are gonna go, yeah, but the car, it's even amazing that a year later he fought Fury after the car accident, guys, the car accident.
Right.
They're gonna keep saying that.
No.
Yeah.
Once AJ gets in the ring and he takes the fight and it's on, he's accepted his fucking fate. He passed the car accident bell ring.
Yep.
That's
you
the way
can't
I
use
look
that
at it.
fucking excuse no
I
more.
don't know, because look how much people bring up that car accident with Errol Spence Jr.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Spence took a little more damage.
Yeah, he flew out the window.
Spence woke up in the hospital.
He
Actually,
was
Spence
drunk,
doesn't
so he
even.
was like rubber.
Spence,
That's true.
Spence doesn't even remember being in the hospital. You know that, and he was there for like 2 weeks.
Didn't he say the first thing he tweeted after he got out is "I'm a beast"? I was like, yeah, that's real nice, man. You drunk driving, you could have killed somebody, and the first thing he comes out, he says, "I'm a beast."
I'm unkillable.
He's like he's like at the end of the Ninth Gate, or what? The movie with Johnny Depp. The guy sets himself on fire to prove that he's got the power of the devil. He tries to self-destruct to show you how durable he is. I mean, yeah, Spence was a. Why are we even talking about Spence? I'm talking about AJ here. The thing I dislike about AJ is that the AJ fans is, look, there's a difference here's the difference between the AJ fans and the Fury fans. Fury fans are nuts. They attack people. It's like, man, fuck you. And then they get a little racial. The AJ fans are a little bit more whiny. It's like, no, stop. Like, and you can't criticize AJ. I remember when he went nuts after the Usyk rematch, right? And it's like, guys, stop criticizing him. You've never been where he's at, where you put so much
17 stone.
Yeah, he's not 18 stone and blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking, look, plenty of people have lost rematches in boxing, and when they really went 120% in the rematch to try to get that win, and they couldn't do it, and they didn't self-implode like AJ did. So, again, there's some people just try to defend him no matter what, and I'm getting a little tired of it, a little bit.
I don't like the whole appreciate. Once someone tells me I need to appreciate something, I'm going to shit on it just because you're telling me to appreciate it. He's charging you for these
it. So why do I need to appreciate this? What is there to appreciate here? Let's find out.
You sounded a little bit like a Jermall Charlo there, Sobers. You started like, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I'm getting worked up. Yeah, like
He's clenching and he's mumbling.
I was expecting Sobers to go mid rant, like, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I'm getting worked up here.
I'm getting a little worked up. My bad, yo.
Dogs.
By the way, I almost missed a super chat here when we were talking about the Zayas sisters, right? The Zayas sisters. Shout out to Rafael Garza. Didn't forget you. Shout out to Rafael Garza for his contribution with the super chat, and he says, "I would let Yocasta Valle low blow me." I mean, hey, I gotta put the sister is a little bit better. Hold on a second.
Yeah, the younger one. Yeah.
Which one is Yocasta, by the way?
I was blowing her. She was blowing me.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. That's the type of when you go to the quinceañera and she's there.
Whoa.
And you're like, you go up to her. I don't really know anybody here. And then you start playing a little game, and then next thing you know.
Whoa.
Are you saying you put something in a drink, BDA?
No.
Oh my god.
Well, see, I'm keeping it clean. I'm keeping it maybe not super clean, but
say you go up to her with a drink and then you hand her the drink.
I never
said weird drink.
I never said any of that. And fool, what the hell you keep posting on Discord? What's going on with this show, man? We're having a nice, wholesome show, and Frank starts talking about roofing girls and Foo's putting.
No, you said it. You said
no, you said
get it. You ask her to dance and have her put her drink on the table.
Taste.
Don't make
very
me,
pretty ladies.
Don't make
That's
me.
a terrible joke.
Don't make me play Revolution's. The one that he actively looked for, that clip of the guys playing in the pool. Don't make me put that up there on the screen again, please. What the hell is that? All right, we gotta go. That's it. I'm putting an end to this nonsense. We gotta go. But anything else we missed, though? I'll give you that. What anything else we missed before we go?
I had a thought, but you fucking erased my thought with the cracking on that.
There you go. Blame me. Oh, I will say this real quick. There's been an injury, unfortunately. Dalton Smith has been injured, so that fight against Puello, which was slated for early June, I believe, is off. However, good news. Ricardo Sandoval, who pulled off, I think it must have been the upset of the year last year against Taraji. He's going to be taking on Galal Yafai. And you know Galal Yafai, Olympic gold medalist, come forward, action style, Ricardo Sandoval, similar style. Should be a doozy, let me tell you. So I think that's
the guy. That's the guy. They had to give him the win back against that fight, so that beat him up. Right? They had to put something in his toothpaste too.
Well, that's what you're saying. I'm not entirely sure about that, but June the 6th. That's
just weird, right? Like he beats him up, the underdog wins and stuff. He embarrasses the Olympic hopeful, whatever, and then like a month later, it turns out, guys, he was on steroids. Like, all right.
Yeah, and right now it's open season on Mexicans right now. Everybody loves to go out. That's the
child.
It's like, you know what it is? If this were the streets, Mexican fighters would be street vendors, and everyone else are those predators that go up to them and start stealing stuff and beating them up. That's what it is.
I mean, it imitates real life, just like you gotta duck and dodge the ICE agents on the street.
That's right.
So do the Mexican fighters, bro.
That's right. So you gotta,
allegation.
But the worm will turn, that's for sure. And all these people that are rejoicing in that right now, better watch your keys.
You know what the important thing about that is, B-Days? They still show up to work. You can't get them off the street. They still show up no matter what. Preach. That's church.
That is right. All right. Now listen. We've said, okay, what is this that you keep posting here? Who is this?
I don't know. I just put random stuff.
Yeah, it's creeping me out.
I'm honored to announce that I have a bro. Okay, I gotta
Who is creeping me out right now? There's something that just disturbing to be.
I'm gonna post this on the screen just to show people the nonsense that we have to deal with here.
Shakur throwing an uppercut. That's ridiculous. Shakur's throwing an uppercut while crying.
I am honored to announce that I have broken a Guinness World Record title for world's largest afro on female living. This is AI. Please tell me this is an AI parody.
No, that's real. It's real. No, it's real. She won it.
Oh, I thought this guy won it.
No, she won.
I'm kidding.
Fair and square.
Big beautiful
that
hair.
big?
It's a symbol of my dedication and commitment to be my authentic self, no matter what. I hope to inspire others to feel comfortable wearing natural hair in professional settings, break past stereotypes, and end hair discrimination. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Hair discrimination.
Run around the forest with that hair out if you think that's natural. You don't get caught in prickle bushes.
I was gonna.
In your hair.
The problem is, she said in professional settings, it's like, I don't want you giving me my coffee. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to be a Karen. Like, do I want her cleaning my teeth?
Do you want her making a burger for you?
It's the same thing. Hey, I don't want no service animals in the office with me. I don't want the dogs. I don't want all fur flying around.
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
It's gonna be a big hairnet.
Yo, here's the story, my man. We got to get a message out about brothers working for these white devils and not getting paid what they deserve.
That's right.
Was that Timothy Bradley?
I think that was Terrence Crawford talking about Top Rank.
That's what I feel like. Ebony splendor from the birth of Adam.
All right. What's going on here? We gotta go. Listen. Yes.
I remember what I was gonna say real fast. You were watching that Dark Side of the Ring a bunch.
Yes.
You brought up someone talking about Roofy. Remember the fucking goddamn plane ride from hell episode, and all the wrestlers were like, yeah, we just drop Roofies all the time.
You're cutting off you were cutting off the. I heard that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw the plane ride from hell episode.
Yes, I did see that one. Yeah,
and they were like, all the wrestlers were like, yeah, back in fucking Roofie girls all the time. We call the H-bomb. Oh, drop an H-bomb on her drink.
Yeah, I saw that one, and then I saw some people that were saying, well, I never saw that happen. But do you think Ric Flair really forced that stewardess to grab his dick? Because some people in the plane were saying that he wouldn't do that. He would show the dick, but he wouldn't force people to touch it.
Come on.
He was
at that point, if you're going, hey, listen, he just pulls it out and shows it. You never fucking touch it. Come on.
Because I've never just flashed people, but I imagine that if I ever came to that, I wouldn't force people to touch it.
Well, if you flash people every day, you're going to fucking eventually take the next
once
step.
you cross the line.
That's true, with the threshold.
Right?
That threshold, yeah.
Huh? You gonna fucking get sassy with me here, boy? Huh? Go!
Yeah, you're right, man. You might be right.
Ridiculous, bro.
Well, with that being said, you guys took us down a weird turn here, I must say. But we got a whole bunch of boxing this Saturday, so make sure to stick to that one. I mean, we got Nakatani versus Inoue this Saturday morning. That's going to be fantastic. Ioka versus Inoue. Was that? I thought somebody said something. What the fuck? Anyway, what's his name? Kazuto Ioka against Inoue's brother, the Takuma Inoue. That should be an interesting scrap right there as well. And of course, the main event, quite an appetizing one. And then, of course, later on in the evening, we have Benavidez versus Ramirez. And the undercard, I mean, again, I'm curious to hear your thoughts, guys. Leave a comment or comment in the chat as well. Are you going to be purchasing this pay-per-view? And is it worth the pay-per-view? Because you got Duarte versus Fierro. Okay, that should be an exciting fight. Two come-forward guys. Munguia versus Resendiz. That should also be entertaining. And, of course, Benavidez Ramirez. But is the quality of the fighters themselves, is that what you're looking for, or are you just looking for entertainment value? So leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe. Don't forget to check out Food TV's channel, The Real Food TV. There's only one. You can't miss it. That's The Real Food TV. Check out Sober's channel, Never Sobers with a Z at the end, Never Sobers. Check out Boxing with... That's a fact right there. Check out Boxing with Frank Bay, who just posted an episode yesterday. He had a very good guest yesterday. One of the best, if I may say so myself. I don't think it gets any better when it comes to special guests.
You mean that booty juice guy?
Well, yeah, that him too. Why not? But I'm talking about me. And when I say special, we're not talking special needs. All right, we're talking actual quality going in there. But so check out Boxing with Frank Bay. Shout out to Bucho here for stepping in as well and joining us. Recognize was here for a little bit too as well. Gypsy too. Gypsy Boxing Style was here earlier. He said he had to go. I think he didn't find what he was looking for in his glove compartment. But that's about it, fellas. Let's give a big shout out to everybody out there, of course. Can't forget the people. The people. Without the people, who are we? I think that's what George Washington once said. Shout out to Casamigos. Shout out to Pancho Villa. To Matador. Rafael Garza Jr., one of the initiated. Shout out to Baron Evola. King KO. B. Wayne. The Chitlin Distributor, Jaime Leiden. Who else we had here? Langsbury. Langsbury was accusing me of watching that video of those guys in the pool 2,000 times. That's completely inaccurate. Less than half of that. B. Wayne, the Chitlin Distributor, La Losoto Gaming. Shout out to him. Casamigos Kyle. Who else we have in here? We had a whole bunch of people, let me tell you. Love Machine. Love Machine Yankee. What the name is that? Love Machine Yankee. Steph K, aka Official Scorecard Boxing, Muhammad Amard, Bruce Lee, Anthony Lopez, Manos, and if I forgot anybody, fellas, that's just the way it is. We gotta go, but you guys matter. Don't forget that. All right, and